Competition time again, and here is a chance to win a brand new PS5. All you got to do is subscribe to On Track GP on YouTube.
Also follow us on Instagram at OnTrackGP. Make sure you like the competition post, it's pinned on Instagram as well.
You can win yourself this right now. What are you waiting for?
Can I enter? Or can I have a go?
No.
Hello and welcome to On Track GP. We have brought Miami to you, and it doesn't get more South Beach than what's in here tonight. We've got Miami tails, we've got sand, we've got cocktails, we've got palm trees, we've got beach balls, we've got everything. So you don't even need to feel like you've missed out on not going and being in Miami because we brought Miami to you, right?
100%.
Yes, we have.
100%.
Happy bank holiday. Happy bank holiday, guys. Joining us now is Matisse.
Good to be here.
Good to be here.
Really looking forward to this Mercedes double podium.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh mate,
Slow down.
how many have you had?
I've had a few already.
A little bit too much to drink already. Happy birthday
Thank you.
to Sam.
Wow.
Yay.
Mad.
Thank you.
Woo!
Big up. Come on.
What a race to
That's
have you
the
What a
birthday.
race to have your
Race
birthday
around
on.
the
Yeah,
globe,
exactly.
Not globe, the sun.
What more could you have wanted? And of course, Joe is also with us, repping them. Are you a Miami Dolphins fan? Or?
No, not at all. I don't know anything
wow.
about it.
Okay.
I just sort of I quite like the colours, yeah.
You like the colours, okay.
Like the colour, yeah.
That's fine. That's how we all pick our teams, I guess. And don't forget, we have this beautiful PS5 that is also joining us. So to be in with the chance of winning it, you need to like and subscribe to On Track GP. You need to go over to Instagram. You need to follow On Track GP as well. And I think that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I got it in
You
one
got it
this
all,
time.
you got it all.
I got it all in one. Perfect. Anyway, so.
Are you singing?
Oh my god.
Happy birthday to you.
What is it?
Happy birthday to you.
Whoa.
Happy birthday, dear Sam.
Every time!
Oh no.
Every time!
Oh, in the drinks! Now it's a party!
Oh, yeah.
I was terrified for a
So
second.
Every time.
Happy birthday to you. Hey!
Jason, every time.
Every time.
I think
That's how you can see
he
it.
just loves it. He actually just
Oh
loves it.
I like them. To be fair, this is a really good one. This is like
No, you're gonna have to
sparkly.
drink. You're gonna have to drink those.
Yeah, you're going to have to drink it. Never waste a drink.
Oh, thank you
Never
very
ever
much,
waste
You got a
guys.
sieve.
Someone in the chat said, what was that? Was that a bomb? It wasn't. Well, it was. It was like a sparkly bomb.
Please, my lovely cake.
Now it's
first.
Miami.
Now it's Miami. We have a party. And
Thank
yeah.
you. Wow.
That's definitely the biggest one he's got because
Yeah,
look how far it spreads.
I also,
didn't
that's the
see it.
nicest one we've had because it's really glittery.
It's covered the
very
entire
Miami,
set.
yeah.
The thing is, Jason's now set the standard, so we're all going to need that particular one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
100%.
But anyway, we do have a race that is starting in about 10 or so minutes. We're just seeing the drivers get down on the grid. We have a lot to discuss, and I think we will actually start with qualifying.
Yeah,
Because
we have to.
there is so much to talk about in qualifying. First and foremost, obviously the grid looks completely different to probably how we would have picked it to be.
Yeah.
Sam, just for anyone who doesn't understand why the Q3 was cut short yesterday, tell us why.
Right, so when Charles Leclerc went off, there was roughly 1 minute and a half on the timesheets left, and basically the FIA looked at that. You can't get an outlap in, so like the lap coming out the pit, and then back to the start line. They couldn't get enough time to get one of those in for any driver to set a flying lap. So unfortunately for people like Verstappen, like Bottas as well, didn't set a time, so they all stuff really. Like that's the best you get. And weirdly, Perez, who set the first time of the session, was actually the quickest. Just because he put a banker lap in and it worked out in his favour. So there just wasn't enough time between when Leclerc decided to get a bit too aggressive on the exit and had some quite
You've got
dramatic
glitter in your
spin.
beard.
That's right. I've got it everywhere.
Yo, you're not gonna let him sit there the whole
Honestly, man, I couldn't see it, man. No comment.
Gold, like literally just there.
Happy
I'm trying to
birthday.
concentrate on what you're saying. There's just gold, just chilling in his moustache.
There was also though, because Verstappen did come out. Verstappen did come out to try and set a lap, but made an error. Like, he made a mistake, so that's why
we saw
far
yesterday.
back.
It was an incredibly windy day. Like if anyone's seen like the overhead shots where the track is, like it's an open area. Like you've got a lot of wind coming. I know that's obvious, but like there's no buildings as such to sort of block the wind. So like these huge gusts of winds are coming, and like you said, Verstappen had that issue. Like, and that ended up costing him dearly. Like when he first did it, he would have probably been thinking, "Oh, I've got plenty of time." But these things can happen. Like your main rival or one of your main rivals can spin off and bring an early end to the session.
Crazy.
Well, what is most interesting is it is kind of a street circuit. Sergio Perez is on pole, and if he wins this race, we're going to have a very big fight on our hands between the two Red Bulls.
Yeah, definitely. Like weirdly, I've read this is his first pole away from Saudi Arabia. He's got 3 in his career, and this is his first one not in Saudi Arabia.
Really?
So,
Three poles in his
yeah,
whole
it's surprising.
career.
Yeah, you'd think he'd have more, but yeah, he's only had the 3 poles. But yeah, like you said, he's on a bit of a run at the moment. He like Perez, like he won the last race. He's looking good. He's got, well, I mean, Verstappen's got a long way to go if he's going to try and catch him up. So yeah, very, very good looking for the Mexican.
It's his race to lose. Like he absolutely needs to bring this home. I think there's actually a bit of pressure on him because we were saying in the preview with the early part of the season, he needs to bank as many wins as possible if he's going to actually submit a serious title challenge. And this is, you don't really get much better than this. Your teammate's in 9th. He's got to get through the whole field, and you're leading the race in an equally as quick car. You just need to clear off down the road and keep your foot down and absolutely bring it home. So I'd be disappointed, to be honest, if Perez wouldn't win today. I think it would be a big kind of moment in the championship to say that he's not ready to challenge if he couldn't win this race.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. Should we talk about Ferrari?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, again, you were saying Sainz isn't good enough. He's too cautious. But
Sam was saying that.
I don't see Carlos Sainz go and bin it into the wall.
No, he didn't bin it in the wall. Charles Leclerc did. Sainz actually, come out sort of okay there, starting in 3rd today. As I said, we would have seen quicker times, I think, coming through if it had been a full quali 3. But yeah, Leclerc, I don't know what's going on. But he's not happy. It's not like there's the pressure of that Carlos Sainz is on his tail and there's the fight between those 2 drivers. Not really, because Sainz, apart from this weekend, has been pretty quiet for the whole season so far. So I think it's a sense of getting in his own head, knowing that he has to go 100% in that car if he wants to be anywhere near those Red Bulls, and having to push it to that limit. Maybe that's Charles Leclerc's style. He is that sort of driver that if he can get it round and give you that time, he'll stick it on pole. But every other time, maybe he's going to put it in the wall. So it's very tough result, very poor to be seventh position. He will not be happy with that at all.
Really poor, really.
And also, whoa, and also, man, I'm going to have a heart attack on this stream, man. I don't know what I was saying.
Well, it's not only that. He'd had a few warning signs, Leclerc. He clipped the wall at turn 17 as well earlier on.
Yeah.
And I mean, it just wasn't a very good starting point.
No,
it wasn't.
Not at all.
Not at all.
But I think, Joe's right that his car's obviously weaker than the Red Bulls, so he has to push that extra bit harder to get on pole. Yeah. And these things do happen. Like he said, he thinks his Q3s are often his best thing. Like we saw that in Baku quite often, but occasionally he will have moments like this where he spins off.
We saw it from George as well when Verstappen was arguing with him.
Yeah, exactly.
In the last race, he has to push. He has no choice. It's
when you have such a dominant car like Red Bull, they can afford to not push it that hard. They can start P2, P3, and they're still confident they're going to win. Whereas for Leclerc, we've seen this year, we saw last year that their best times usually come during qualifying. So he's got to do the absolute maximum he can to get him a good start, and then sort of pray that
try and hold on.
Yeah, and on Sunday's race.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about qualifying a little bit more in a moment, but let's run through the grid, shall we, as we get underway. So at the back, it's Logan Sargent. The Americans, disappointed about that?
Yeah, not a great homecoming for him.
No.
He's a Florida boy, and he's from Fort Lauderdale, which I've got no idea if that's near Miami.
Such a big country, isn't
it?
it?
It's a big old state. Okay, same state. So yeah,
close enough.
Not a great start, not a great way to get off in your first American race for him.
We have Piastri, we have Lance Stroll, we have Tsunoda and Norris. That's the back 4 or 5. Again, not very good for McLaren.
Dreadful. As I sport the McLaren hoodie.
Oh, so now we do know.
Oh, so we have.
I went for the brightest colours I owned. This was it. I'm a very neutral man. But yeah, just not great for them really. Norris just seemed very down. Like he said, this was as expected. They showed some good pace on Friday, then just come Saturday, it was gone really.
Stroll down there is crazy as well.
Yeah. Stroll's a big one down there.
And particularly where Alonso is in comparison. That's the craziest thing, the disparity between those. Yeah, exactly.
Drivers. Right, then carrying on, we have Nick De Vries, Zhou Guanyu, Lewis Hamilton 13th, Hulkenberg 12th, and Alex Albon 11th. Credit for Alex Albon to get a Williams to 11th.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he continues to do quite well in qualifying. Like you said, quite good. Hopefully for him, he can sort of translate that into the race.
Lewis Hamilton?
Predictions, where's he finishing today, Matisse? Lewis?
I would take a top 7. and that's being generous probably. I mean, to
What
not
was he
get
doing yesterday?
to not get out of Q2 is just insane. George almost didn't make it out as well.
he was
Like
lucky.
it was almost both the Mercedes out in Q2, which would have been horrendous. And every time you think you make a couple of steps forward, it's the same with McLaren last week. You think, okay, right, double points finish, and the next thing you know, bang, back to reality. Here we are. We're back in 13th, and I don't have much confidence going into this at all because it's not really easy to get ahead of those cars. So, yeah, George will bust.
Okay, right, top 10. We have Valtteri Bottas, Max Verstappen, something you don't say very often, Esteban Ocon, Charles Leclerc, George Russell, Gasly, Magnussen, Sainz, Alonso, and Perez. Now, funnily enough, this is quite good for the Alpines, who've been pretty dreadful again the last few races. So this is kind of where we thought this should be where they're really qualifying. Kevin Magnussen, I mean, does he even know what it's like to be that height?
Well, he's got that pole last year.
He got a pole, didn't he?
He's got a bit of a form so far. But also another driver, like Bottas. Like, for the first time this season, we've seen the Alpha have a bit of pace. Like, he was like Verstappen, he didn't get time to set a quick time. You probably expect that P10 would have been where he'd finished, even if the session got underway fully. But yeah, like this is the first time that we've seen these Alpha cars have a bit of pace like they did last year.
Well, especially what happened last week in Baku, like the two Alfa Romeos like barely even featured.
Yeah, like that's been sort of the story of their season so far. Like just no pace compared to where they were last year. And, like for the first time now, we're seeing he's at least made to Q3 for the first time.
Let's see what you guys say in the comments. Tiz says, big up to my guy Matisse.
Big up.
Kazi said there's sand that's getting in the PS5 box. Don't worry, the sand is nowhere near the PS5 box. Technically,
You get some added confetti with it.
Yeah, you get that as well. Hurad says to ask me how I became a Red Bull fan. I just love Red Bull. Like I just decided I wanted
The
to
drink or
actually-
team?
The drink, really. No, I don't actually like the drink very much. To be fair with you, it was actually because of Max. I just loved the way that he drove, and in turn, I also really like Sergio Perez, and I also like to support a team that wins because it doesn't happen often in my life. So that's really it. There's not really much meaning
Glory
behind it.
hunter.
Yeah, I won't even lie to you. It's a bit of glory hunting. I won't lie. Harry says I think Russell and Max will collide today, giving Checo the chance to win.
Russell Max.
They're starting close together, compared to
Also, production as well. Seems like there's something going on.
early production.
Coilan, what's going on?
All right, guys, just to give yourself a bit of insight into the start of this race, there was a lot of overnight rain last night in Miami, so which means obviously you don't have F2 and F3 running before the race here, so they're going to be going into a track that's going to be quite slippy again. So it'll be something to watch out for. And also there's quite a bit of probability of rain during the race as well, so definitely something to watch out
This
for.
could be a lot.
Exciting.
Could be a long night, guys.
I think one of two things can happen at the beginning, and it will sort of set up the race. I'd love to see it, and I hope it does, Alonso dive bomb in the first corner, make it tricky, and even get ahead of Perez, just because it's going to make an interesting race. I think if Perez is ahead by the 3-lap DRS time comes in, and he's over a second away, he'll win it by a minute. But I think if Alonso can get ahead of him and mix things up early on, then I think we'll see a fight for number one. But I think if Perez gets ahead in those first 3 laps, he'll go and win that race, and it'll be after. That's my sort of mini prediction.
It's not a bad prediction at all. Speaking of predictions, as the race is about to get underway, should we do our predictions?
Yes.
So I need your P1, P2, P3, please. And of course, we're going to be doing pit stops as well, as and when they pop up, if we're quick enough this week. Make sure you play along with us at home. Let us know who you think is going to be P1, P2, P3. Send them over.
So you've overtaken me.
I have a friend.
You got to back to back or something ridiculous.
I've
I've never seen
blinded.
anything like
in
it.
this league. Where am I?
You and I are both on a flat 0 currently, yeah.
Why?
It's not, you haven't got any right.
Oh, I see.
That's how it works.
I see. Who's keeping track of these?
I think just in my head.
Just
really,
in your head.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's see what else you guys are saying. NR11 says Perez is going to walk this real battle in the midfield. Rathel says, let's go Alonso. Angus said, Matisse, where's the energy you've had these past few weeks? Oh, he's talking about football. We're not talking about football today. We're not doing that. But I will read this one. Tiz says Ferrari has got the Spursy gene. That's
great.
Yeah.
That's not a gene you want, is it?
Yeah. Richard says, good to see the full crew on board tonight. Yes, we have a full house. We're all in the building. Perez Fly says, Sargent grew up 18 minutes from the Miami track.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
There you go.
They're coming up to set off. We should do these.
I've changed my prediction now that I found out there's rain.
Who you got? Go on.
I've just
Perez,
decided.
Sainz, Alonso.
No Max.
I've just decided to just leave Max out of this.
Wow.
I've gone for a Sergio Max.
He could
Sainz.
crash. I don't know. I feel like
You're
something.
just a hater, really, aren't you?
Perez,
No.
Verstappen, Alonso.
So Perez
no
all
one
around.
Mercedes.
He's probably fourth.
Abby, what's yours? Your prediction?
Mine will be Perez, Sainz.
You gonna copy me?
No, I'm going to change it. Perez, I'm going to go Perez, Alonso, Max.
Interesting.
Sainz fourth.
Nah.
Wow.
You were gonna copy me.
Come
I
on.
should have left you to do that.
Right.
No, I'm changing now. I have to put Max in it.
Wait, so Alonso second and then Sainz.
I'm going to go, Perez, Alonso,
They've all
Max.
sort of gone a bit
Oh, okay.
glittery.
Yeah,
Haven't
we've
they?
got a lot of glitter on our side.
Yeah. Send through who
much
you guys
Travis?
think is going to be P1, P2, P3, please. Aglu Wapo says Vettel is the reason why Red Bull is popping, to BH. Lots of Alonso fans. Yeah, so
Vettel
we
is the
are.
reason.
Yeah, so I was confused.
Does he mean
about
from
Vettel
the
is
years
the reason
all
why
the years
Red
going to
Bull
go
is
full
popping.
back to back?
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, it's Max. That's the reason why it's popping.
Do you think we're gonna? How many red flags are we gonna get today?
Oh, I reckon 2. Oh, that's a good thing to predict on.
I mean, if there's gonna be rain, I just feel like it's
One red.
guaranteed.
One red and multiple virtuals.
that? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go one red. I agree with you. I think we get a few safety cars.
They
so
say
line up.
anything off the sort of main driving line, it's just wet,
Yeah,
slippery.
yeah,
so
Max has said that a
anytime
lot,
you're
but-
attacking, in
Yeah.
theory, you've got a long chance of going long.
Here
Oh,
we
they're
go
really
then.
going slow. Those
Yeah.
guys at the back, they're really dragging it out. They've obviously got their eye on.
So this often a
Fighting
tactic. Well, the leaders moan that they've and basically sat on the grid for ages. Their tyres are getting cold while the rest of the grid files in. Like, so yeah, there's Perez leading.
Leading away. Sam, what kind of tyres are we looking at today? Softs?
No, it'd be medium and hard. I think that's the prediction. Like, there's a choice of two really. You can go for one stop, so like start on the medium, go on the hard. As we saw in Baku last week, those hards just last forever. Or you can go for a two stop, so that'd be like medium, hard, medium, and like try and.
Here we go.
Try and
So
do
something
that.
like Ferrari might do that.
Okay, it is lights out, and
Come
we
on,
are racing
Perez, get off to a
in
good
Miami.
start.
There he is.
Perez
Well
has done
done.
nicely, but Alonso
He
is
needs to get
there.
off to a good
He's
start in
there
the
or thereabouts
championship.
on the
Well
outside.
done. Good.
Outside.
Has Sainz already lost a place?
No, Sainz is
Nice.
big
Still
crashes
there,
there. We got a
maintaining.
big
That's
touch
the
at the
tower.
back.
It's probably
Okay,
smooth, I'd
so
imagine.
first corner, Perez maintained that P1 spot. So it looks like they're pretty
Everybody's
much still in
Perez
order
is
at the
I mean,
moment.
Perez is. Yeah. See ya.
Clean going through there.
Are you happy about Perez?
Yeah, I am because like
Ooh,
I
he
know
got
that Red
fighting
Bull are going
already.
to dominate the world drivers championship. So I need Perez to compete against Max. So I need Perez to win this really.
Okay. Well,
There's
we
people
have
already all over the line,
Yeah.
which is like a dangerous tactic early on with the track being.
I like Perez as well. Like Checo is cool.
Yeah, he is cool, and I want him to go back to Miami. I want Mexico. I feel like he always said he won't go home until he wins the Grand Prix,
Oh, okay.
win the thingy,
Wins
drivers.
the drivers.
Oh, fighting,
and he needs to do
fighting.
it.
Come on. It's pretty clean going through so far.
Yeah,
It's good.
definitely. I
Yeah,
think
with
there was a bit-
that battle for
sure I'm
sort of
gonna
around
jinx it now.
8th,
Yeah.
9th.
Where's Max got up to?
Max,
Max, I think, is still in 9th.
Good stuff.
Is he
He might
going-
have
he's
even-
going Bottas.
He
Looks
hasn't
like
dropped
he's-
a place, has he?
Is that him there?
That is him.
That that is.
Yeah,
him,
Max
yeah,
has
yeah.
dropped because we haven't
I
got the
dunno,
grid on
yeah,
the
I've
side
lost-
I
yet.
haven't got the
But
grid
I
yet.
think still a bit.
It's too early.
I think he
That's
might
how
have
I've
lost
gone.
a place to.
Or they've both moved up.
Come on, Max.
He's
Where is he?
he's still in
He's
ninth.
still in
Oh, no,
ninth.
Still
Bottas
in
has
ninth.
gone up too.
Oh yeah, Bottas has
Bottas
had a great
has gone
start.
up.
Magnus has dropped 3. Yikes.
Yeah, Leclerc's got up quickly, hasn't he? One spot.
Yeah.
I say.
But it's still Magnussen's dropped a few.
Yeah, Magnussen's not had the best to start.
Yeah,
but
No, that's
tough.
from 4 to 7.
De Vries is at the back, and he
was-
started
he was-
in
he started-
Q2.
he was
yeah.
up to Q2.
I saw an
Just
AlphaTauri
about.
go, and he's lost 5 places. I saw an
Wow.
AlphaTauri go, and I presumed it was Sonoda.
How has he
but-
managed that?
I don't know. But
There was a bit. I don't know if there's contact, but
Contact?
I saw him locking up right at the start. So whether he went too deep into
And
the
Norris,
corner.
horror show,
Yeah,
19th.
horror show.
Piastri's done
Q2
well.
But
Norris.
good for Piastri.
Yeah, up
Piastri's
5
moved up to
places.
14th.
Yeah.
So yeah, top 3 unchanged, and then the next 3 have just overtaken Magnussen.
Hamilton hasn't moved either.
That's a great
Okay.
start from Bottas there.
Yeah.
He managed to get past Max.
What do we think of this new livery?
I like
The
it.
Red Bull one.
Red Bull.
Red Bull
Yeah.
looks nice.
Lovely.
Looks nice.
I'm disappointed though because they made a big deal about them doing like fan liveries for Miami, and like I just wanted more. Like it's just essentially the Red Bull with some like Miami colours painted down it. And like when they had that Turkish Grand Prix of like all white, that would look really good.
Yeah,
Like,
that was pretty
I wanted
cool.
something like that.
Why don't more teams change it?
Probably.
It's
might
the
be-
curse, isn't it? The curse
Yeah.
delivery. They say when you stick your car into like a different livery for a race, they always just end up like absolutely messing it up. So it's probably a little bit of that. Perez already out of the DRS 2 laps in. It's not even open yet, and he's clear of it. So I think that could be Perez driving off into the distance.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I feel like because I'm so used to seeing the livery just the same every single time, the slightest difference.
Yeah,
makes it
it does-
look
yeah.
completely
Completely
brand
different.
new. So
I just
actually do
noticed
like
that Piastri's on the softs, which might explain why he's been able to do
Flown
so
up a
well.
bit,
I assume that's a
But
strategic.
so's Norris, and he's dropped 3.
Yeah, it's a good point. I don't know what's going on with Norris. It'd be good to see the start.
Were they on
Yeah.
softs yesterday?
For the
quality?
qualifying, yeah,
Yeah.
they will be. Yeah.
I feel like I'm cheering on Checo right now. It's crazy.
I mean, he's going to be well away in a
He's
minute.
gone, isn't he?
He's
but
gone.
Max is
Oh,
struggling.
Bottas. Max has done Bottas now.
He's still, Max is
So he's
already
up to 8.
Yeah.
almost
Yeah,
6
he's-
seconds off Perez.
He's gonna start making his move now. I can see him.
Yeah,
he's starting to. Yeah.
Sargent's in the pit, so
he's
he
starting
must
to
have
get in his
had.
groove.
Oh,
So must have happened to Sargent there.
Home Grand Prix, you're in the pit
Yeah.
on
Home
that
Grand
too,
Prix.
man.
You presume he's had some.
Oh, should we do a
damage?
pit time?
Yeah,
yeah,
go
yeah,
on,
yeah,
get
yeah.
on
Time
there.
in.
Quick.
Damn.
Quick.
I've lost my pen.
Oh, I'm going to shout mine out.
It's slow.
It's really slow. I can't predict this.
Oh, it's a front wing! Oh, God!
I'm not getting that.
30 seconds.
Oh, my
days.
God.
What's
Really?
We're not even gonna.
It's a 16.9! That's just a guess.
They're not even gonna show us because they've changed.
Oh, God.
Oh wow.
Oh, God. It's not. It's more than a 16.9.
Is he
It
still in
is.
there?
He's still in the pit.
He must have had some
I can't
really big
predict that
damage.
because they've taken.
28-7.
Oh, so close
race
to
is
the
over.
16.9.
Wow.
His race is effectively done.
Well, he needs like a red flag or something to catch up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unless there's a bunch up, he's done.
Oh, man.
So what could have possibly caused that?
Well, he must have had contact in the first
Maybe that
lap.
was the contact with debris.
Yeah.
that we
and
were
like
talking about
somebody
earlier.
really damaged his front wing.
Yep.
I've got
Okay.
glitter in the back of my throat.
How's that happen?
Pen.
It went in my beer. I swallowed it. I can feel it.
I thought I saw some in your hair, but that's mad.
You haven't got
Pink-
Leclerc's just done Magnussen as well. That's a really nice move.
Magnussen's struggling, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, he was
Now
never
Verstappen's
gonna.
on it as well.
Verstappen's
No, he
on-
was never meant to
oh.
be here in the first place.
Oh my God!
Verstappen!
Verstappen!
He's taken them both.
That's lovely
Oh
driving.
my days.
And Leclerc's lost the place back.
No
to
way.
I'm
Magnussen.
sorry, that is just unbelievable.
Leclerc's lost the
driving.
place to
That was that
Magnussen
DRS,
while
wasn't it?
Verstappen's
Listen,
taken them both.
That is a shark boy.
This is good
That is
fighting though,
my
because
shark
Leclerc's
boy right there.
Leclerc's going to be back on him here. With the problem is he's got Magnussen in the way.
my god.
Oh, Max
Good
is driving
training,
off.
isn't he?
Ridiculous
Max is
driving.
not playing around.
A big train, big
Yeah.
DRS
But
train.
that was
here.
you saw that DRS at the Red Bull just opened and he was gone.
God.
So
Well, this
quick.
is going to go very quickly for
See.
Verstappen to move up. He's
Well,
takes
we've
on
got
George.
he's come up
George
to Russell now,
next.
hasn't he?
I think I should have put him in the podium position.
I told you, put him in the podium. I
Instant
told you,
regrets.
write him off at your own peril.
I'm sure
Thing
something-
is,
something might happen.
Russell will fight him. Gasly won't fight Verstappen if he's behind him, even in fourth. He'll just let him go and try and hold up a position. There's no point wasting his tyres against in an Alpine against the Red Bull. But I think Russell and Sainz and
will
Alonso
fight
would
'cause
fight.
It's pride.
But I don't think
Yeah.
Gasly would.
Yeah.
Do you want to see that fight from Sainz? Because that's something that we've questioned quite a few times.
Be awesome.
has to.
Awesome to see him give it a go.
He has
And he's
to.
got an opportunity as well. He's got a genuine opportunity for a podium.
He can't just let a Red Bull go past him. That's ridiculous.
No, 100%.
I get it from Gasly, but I'm not having it from a Merc or a Ferrari.
Well, we saw last week how easily the Red Bull got by Leclerc, didn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Really
Steady
good
easy
move.
pass.
Really
Yeah.
good move
Yeah.
from Verstappen.
It's
that.
that
I mean,
DRS
that's-
zone, though, wasn't it? As soon as that was open, he was gone.
Okay,
He's on the
well,
hards as well. While
That
a lot of
was
people
a
on the lead.
wonderful, wonderful bit of racing. There
Still
for
haven't seen
Max.
You enjoyed that?
I did. I really enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
I enjoyed it.
Pink AR official said Russell and
Oh, here
Max
we
to
go.
collide. After the race, Max will start a brawl between the Mercedes team and the Red Bull team. Buffalo says hope to see some classic Alonso overtaking. Danish says P1 Perez, P2 Sainz, P3 Max. Oh, you matched mine.
Oh, see, the Reese is locked
Well,
up.
actually, no, I didn't. I had
Yeah,
Alonso
he's
P2.
on his own,
Ignore me.
locked up.
But I wouldn't mind if Sainz
Then
was
where's
P2
the Logan
either.
Sargent contact?
Laughing Monkey says there's no Latifi, so only one red flag. Tiz says I miss Latifi, I'm not going to lie. Aglu Wapo says Vettel drunk on Max as a driver. Max has 2 extremely controversial championships, whilst Vettel dunked on the whole lineup cleanly. Anyone agree with that?
I must admit, I wasn't
Vettel
listening.
over,
What was-
Vettel over
sorry.
Max?
I just realised that Hamilton said he's hit
Vettel over
someone.
Max?
Yeah.
As a driver.
Yeah, Max has 2 extremely controversial championships, whilst Vettel dunked on the whole lineup cleanly.
I think the first Max Championship can be called controversial. I don't think you can call the second one controversial.
Cap-
Really,
it's
it's about the cost.
It's the cost
cap, but
what was it? A couple cucumber sandwiches.
It was genuinely
spent on
sandwiches.
halloumi. Yeah,
It was just 400 grand.
Which is outrageous, by the way.
no, I don't think
The catering.
I get why people call it the
People
second
got
one controversial.
People
That
got-
move,
Yeah, you got your arm in
and look at the speed of that car. It's mad.
So yeah, we
Absolutely
saw the
mad.
debris incident. Like he locked up into the back of Norris.
Norris
Okay,
is
Norris
in.
is in the pits.
Data collectors.
Pit.
Oh, damn.
Guys.
Sorry, we'll get the next
To be
one.
fair, it was a
We'll
slow.
get the next
It was a
one.
slow pit.
It's a slow one. We'll get the next one.
4-1.
The data collectors
You're
are
not
right
getting
again.
time. Oh, it's a
No.
replay. It's a replay.
Oh, I panicked. Abby was shouting at me, and I was like, "Quick, get the
Board
board!"
out. But you do have to be on it with these
do, yeah.
guys. You've got to be on it.
Okay,
I just wasn't expecting him
Oh, that
coming so
Piastri in the
early.
pit.
Piastri's in as well.
Buffalo says, "I hope Max gets a DNF." Well, that's nasty.
That's a good pit for Piastri.
Jonathan Norton says, "What is the F1 Fantasy League?"
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We don't really play it. We're meant to.
Well,
I
we
do
do,
it,
yeah. Me and Joe do it. I took out Joe this week, which is not that Joe. The Joe on this
Guan Yu,
bad
not
move.
Ashman.
I
Yeah.
got Sonoda in, who's currently he's above Joe, so there you go. Take it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've ended up going triple Aston Martin, triple Red Bull.
Yeah, I think that's the way you got
and
to do it.
How can you
Hulkenberg.
afford that?
Well,
Well,
Max,
because the
Max
Aston
has
Martin
just
guys
set
are
the
cheap.
fastest lap as
Yeah.
well. Max has just set the fastest lap.
So he's in with the DRS range of Russell now.
Stroll's definitely really cheap.
Yeah.
See that?
I mean, Leclerc's lost a place.
I love that livery.
Gasly's
It's so
done really
nice.
well. We haven't talked
Really
about it.
nice.
Yeah, he's done very well.
Gasly's up to P4.
Big fan of that.
Yeah, because K-Mag dropped back so many.
This is going to be a great result for Alpine.
Okay,
if they
we've got
get both
DRS.
cars to top
Double
10.
points, yeah, double points would be huge.
You don't even need DRS.
DRS on George Russell. Is he going to take it?
Ooh, not quite.
No.
Come on, George, man. Keep
He
it
is,
behind as long as possible,
he is on the
George.
harder tyre,
I need
so
ultra
it
defense.
should be more it shouldn't be a really simple situation.
ultra
Have a look
defense
at
from
Ocon
George.
here. I don't know whether maybe he goes.
Oh,
he goes
off. We saw drivers have a problem that
Yeah, huge.
chicane a lot in the
I wonder if he
practice
hits
and
his
quali.
floor there.
He's definitely.
Yeah,
Oh, he
that's-
does. He scrapes the
he
floor,
definitely scrapes the
definitely.
floor.
God, look at the bounce
It's
on
such
that.
a steep curb that if you go over it, you're going to bounce quite hard.
Hulkenberg's done a nice job to get himself up to 11th there.
Yeah, definitely.
Kevin Magnussen maintaining that 7th spot. Charles Leclerc, you've been disappointed.
He
Dropped a
hasn't-
place.
He hasn't made much progress,
I mean,
has he?
he's
No.
lost a place. He's done the opposite of progress.
Yeah.
Unprogress.
Unprogressive.
He heard us gassing him up in the preview, and look what's happened now.
Nah, that's really. He should be ashamed of that. Really, he can't get past Magnussen and then
Magnussen,
loses the
yeah.
position to Verstappen, doing them both from the. That's so poor, man.
Alonso saying feels like plan A minus 12. So
What does that mean?
Plan
So
A
that'd
minus
be-
12.
So what that means is like they have a plan A and then like the minus 12 is laps. So he's saying you go 12
okay.
laps
Oh.
earlier.
I'm so glad we've got you here, mate.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Tune into this engineer talk.
I'll be thinking, what on earth does that
No, yeah, like if they say plus or minus, usually it means laps.
Is there some sort of engineering code that we can read up on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really Well, I don't think I was
I need to
written
go
it down.
through it all. I want to know
But
exactly.
it's also
what-
different for most teams, like so.
Oh, yeah,
but there's
so-
like some bases, like if it says minus.
Do they understand each other's radios? Like, would they? They're not going to
I
know
guess
what
they'd be
plan A
trying
is.
not to, isn't it?
Yeah,
they
so
make
they
it
won't know what
different.
plan A is, but like if they see that, they'll think, oh, Alonso's having issues with his tyres because he wants to
Oh,
pit
I
much
see,
earlier.
okay, yeah,
than-
yeah.
But they can all hear each other's radios.
Yeah. Most of the time, you can do. Like anyone can hear. So if you even if you're a viewer, you can like. I mean, I don't know. Sky have done this. So you can log in and like just listen to a team's radio.
Oh, that's
for
cool.
one driver.
Okay,
so
really?
Quite
there'll be
cool.
people in the various teams' garages like keep an eye on this. So-
Yeah.
We've got a really interesting fight here between Gasly, Russell and Verstappen, but they're all within DRS of each other, so the DRS of Max is obviously slightly nullified because George has it as well. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys, how long really number one Gasly can hold on because he doesn't have the DRS.
Do we think that Max will try that move again?
He's got.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He's going to get him eventually, isn't it? We're in
Yeah.
lap 8 out of 57. Like I think Max knows that he doesn't have to be. I think this is what he said about Russell.
doesn't have to
like,
be in a
he doesn't
rush.
have to be that bold and risky. Like he
Yeah.
can sort of just take his time.
Yeah.
Coylin, what's going on the grid?
So just to come back on Alonso's coded message, it is something to do with the tyres because a lot of the drivers are struggling. We've seen Norris and Piastri come in, not even 6 laps into the race. They pitted on the end of lap 5, I think it was. They were the only 2 drivers on soft tyres and they struggled pretty much from the beginning. So, and Hamilton's also complaining of struggling on the hards. So it'll be interesting to see how these tyres work out for the different.
Yeah, it just seems like they're shredding their tyres.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they're going to be looking at a 2-stop, right?
Well, yeah, McLaren will be.
Because
Yeah, you can't get hard.
But even some of the guys on the mediums could be looking at it too. If they're
You
shredding these
suspect so. I mean,
tyres so
if
much.
Alonso's saying he wants to come in 12 laps earlier, that almost guarantees. You assume.
Yeah. Because I can't imagine those hards going that long.
Oh,
Yeah.
there he goes.
Got him.
Verstappen's taken.
He's taken Russell.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just waiting to happen. Come on.
It didn't take long, did it?
This DRS system that
It took
they've got
9
is
laps.
absolutely fraudulent, honestly.
Sainz is within DRS of Alonso. That's
Russell blaming that on vibration in the brakes, but I think it's just
I think it's just
a better
Red
driver
Bull,
and a
mate.
better car,
Sometimes you
unfortunately.
just have to admit, listen, I had a Red Bull behind me. What do you want
that
me
was
to
the
do?
rumble of Max as he went by. Like, my car's going.
We did run a poll to say who you guys think takes first. We've got Perez with 54%, Max with 20%, Alonso 17%, and Sainz with 6%.
Sainz!
How many times did you vote?
Carlos!
Perez says
many accounts
Max
do you
in
have?
the supercar is not that impressive.
Wow.
So we always have this discussion. I feel like it always comes down to it, saying the car versus the driver, and but I think genuinely, if you put somebody like good driver but not anywhere near Max's level, so I don't know, someone like Piastri or Tsunoda, like good drivers that have been proven in F2 and breaking in through to the F1. I think you put them in the Red Bull, they don't do anywhere near as good a job as Max does.
Yeah.
Also, during the Mercedes dominance years,
Same
who was
thing.
who was it also on the podium with Bottas and Hamilton this time? It was Verstappen.
Yeah.
He was making his car so much better, and he's had some good teammates. I'm just thinking of the people as he overtakes one of his former teammates, Gasly.
Yeah.
He is going to have
Take
it.
him down the inside.
That's 2 and 2
Lovely.
laps.
There you
That's
go.
lovely there.
Also,
They should put the fastest drivers in the worst cars and the worst cars.
I'd love to see it.
I'd love to see that. 'Cause
I'd really love to see
then
that.
you just...
But you know what I don't get? Because people are very harsh on Red Bull when they say, oh, they've got the best car, they do la la la. And I just think, well, for years we had Mercedes that was the best
Russell's just
car, the most dominant car. So that was
And I
okay.
think even in
but
2021, you could say it was at least even at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Red Bull started the quicker, then Mercedes came back.
and they've built a car that is, that is winning championships.
That's allowed. You're allowed to build a really good car.
Of course, we'd want it to be more competitive. If Ferrari, for example, were up there, if Mercedes was still there, that would be great. But at the end of the day, whoever builds the best car wins the race.
Yeah.
There was a worry here that there was going to be not many overtakes, and
Well, we're not going to have a problem
do you
with
know what?
that.
It's been really, really good so far. It's
We've
been
got
really,
some quick
really.
cars. What's happened with Stroll? Is he still...
I haven't seen
I think
it
he's
far.
done a couple of places, but he's certainly still nowhere near the points.
Max
Yeah.
has clearly got his...
And George has done Gasly.
Yeah.
though,
oh,
So
wow, yeah.
He has.
Max has clearly got his favourite overtaking spot. I think it's turn 17, so it's the end of that big long straight.
Yeah.
He's got Russell and Gasly there now.
Yeah. he likes
Sainz
it.
is up next.
So Sainz is on the precipice of being within DRS of Alonso, and if he wants to keep in front of Verstappen, he needs that DRS and really needs to get in front of Alonso before Verstappen closes that 2-second
That
gap.
would be a
That's going to
great
be where it's
battle
at.
to see Alonso and Verstappen.
And Sainz.
Yeah, and Sainz. and Sainz.
But it'd be interesting because Verstappen's obviously pushing a bit harder than Perez will have to be. So when are his tyres going to give out? He's on a hard, so you expect him to pit after Perez. But this kind of hard overtaking is going to have some effect on his tyres.
Yeah.
See, this is why we love the sport.
Hamilton's just stuck in midfield. He's just stuck in this DRS train.
Yeah, wow. Sonoda's
Still
coming
can't
behind
get
him.
past anyone.
Well, why is that he can't get past anyone?
His car's just not very good at the moment.
I mean, he's got a Williams and a Haas
Yeah.
and an Alfa Romeo in front.
Abby, I completely agree.
I
I
mean,
think he's
there's-
got to be. He should be in the
on.
points 8
I
laps,
was hearing
11
that-
laps in.
Yeah.
Mercedes have had issues on the Friday with porpoising again, so they raised his car a bit.
God.
Oh, we're back to the porpoising and the
Yeah. I
I hate that
pod.
word. I'm so sick of porpoising. Porpoising. It's so annoying. There's no way that's the case. Surely not.
George Russell saying that this race, his gut
be a
feeling is going to be a
plan
plan
A
A.
race.
A plan A.
Over to our
I
engineer
don't know
man, was
exactly
it?
what plan A is. It will vary. It will vary team to team. I mean, Ferrari usually on plan E by now, so they
On
But
plan
they'll
A.
do plan E,
Plan E.
minus 12 plus 13. Make sure you divide it by 6 and then go to plan C. Sorry, what?
But
So,
no,
yeah.
we do expect a lot more from Lewis Hamilton, especially when the 3 in front of him, that car is far
That's
superior.
poor. I'm sorry, I
We're
don't
seeing
think that's
some,
good.
usually quick drivers are stuck, aren't we? So obviously Hamilton's stuck there, Stroll's stuck there, Leclerc's stuck as well in P8. It's only Verstappen really who sort of just made his way through the grid.
I'm on plan B. I'm going to take a pit stop.
Okay. You take your pit.
Sam B.
Plan B.
Plan B.
You know what that is?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah. See you at minus 12. Kay says Max's car is on crack.
Okay.
Is that a good thing?
That's what it
I'm not
runs
really
on.
sure, like,
That's how they get the cost
not
cap.
really sure how to deal with that.
That's how they get under the cost cap.
And no one likes Verstappen. Rodder says we're going to see Verstappen out, please. Mechanical issue.
Wow.
See, I don't know how I feel. Sorry, I don't know how I feel about the I'm a Ferrari fan, but I never like the slander of Verstappen so much. Like,
he's just a great
don't wanna
driver.
see-
He's a talented driver. He's great, and yes, he's got a great car, but it wasn't always great.
Yeah.
It wasn't always a great car.
he is. There's no. You cannot like his attitude. You can whatever. Like, you cannot like the team, but I don't think anybody can deny that he is a phenomenal driver. He's so. It's unbelievable how good he is. Whatever team you support, you would take Max Verstappen as your driver.
Where
Doesn't
do you reckon
matter.
he ranks in terms of like the best drivers of all time?
It's hard to say because he's still
are
confirmed.
cute.
Hard to say. Because he's still quite young. He's 25. Like, I think he's very good. Like, I mean, whether he gets into the brackets of like Hamilton's and Schumacher's, like, it's probably a bit too early for that to say that. But I mean, the thing with Max is like he's regularly maintained that he's not that fussed about staying in the sport forever. Like, he might just retire when he's 30, because he's openly a man who doesn't enjoy all the bits around F1. Like, obviously, if you're world champion and you're driving for the quickest team, you do a lot of sponsors, you do a lot of media, and that just grains. And we forget it's 23 races a year. Like, they've gone from Baku to Miami, so he's had maybe a day at home, and he's off again. Like, it's a really challenging job. Like,
I'd say it's pretty rewarding financially.
yeah, I mean, it is. Yeah, but like,
It's a small price to pay.
At a certain point, like, you've got enough money. Like, he could just go and race something else that he enjoys doing. Like,
IndyCar.
so yeah. But yeah, whether he gets to the 7 world titles that Hamilton and Schumacher have got, like, I think it'll be him that's decided that more than the sport, really.
Good fight between Magnussen, Leclerc, and who's that behind?
so
Ocon behind.
Ocon.
Yeah. So Leclerc sort of
Picking up
moved
the pace.
into within striking range of Magnussen.
And he should be getting him really easily.
Magnussen's doing well though. We thought he would. I personally
You thought he'd
he
have
would be,
plummeted?
he'd be gone quite quickly. But we've seen this, that he's in P7.
And we're into the pit window, they're
Yeah.
saying.
So
here.
anyone on medium now, it's sort of between now and 20. They're predicting that.
So you're telling me it's a get your board ready situation?
It
could
is,
be,
and
yeah,
there he
yeah,
goes. Is that Charles Leclerc?
Charles Leclerc looking
Charles
around the
Oh,
outside,
he's
still
trying
doesn't
to-
He
get.
looked
Magnussen
close.
kept
It
it.
looked like he was about to do it.
Gunter Steiner will be buzzing with what Magnussen's done.
Yeah, he's about to drop to P8 though. Verstappen is closing in on Sainz.
Yeah, he's in
Yes,
DRS,
yeah.
so we'll see that any second.
We're going to see that any
he'll-
second, and then we're going to have Perez, Alonso, and Max, who will make up the top 3. Let's have a look and see what else you guys are saying. Laughing Monkey says, what was a more dominant car, the W11 or the RB19?
I mean, you have to wait to the end of the season for that.
Yeah.
But I think on stats, it's looking like the. I mean, if the RB19 wins, at least 20 races out of 23, like, that's unbelievable.
That's
like,
mad,
I don't know where that ranks statistically.
That's the best car of all
yeah,
time.
I know the RB18 was like something like top 8 all time, most
Was it?
dominant. Yeah, I think a McLaren. I can't remember the name of McLaren, but I think it won every single race. I could be wrong on that. Please don't quote me. But they won
They
a
will.
lot of races. Yeah,
They will.
but
quote
yeah,
you.
if that wins, but then it's very hard to say. Like, they're both incredibly quick. Like, obviously this is sort of the RB19 at the start of its life as well. Like, it's only
Yeah,
5 races in. He says.
yeah. Five. This is the fifth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, it's a pretty good car.
Yeah, it's doing all right.
We're going to see Verstappen get signs here, probably
Here we
right
go.
now. There's
Lovely.
the inside. DRS open. He's nice and
Oh.
comfortably got him.
Is that the straight again? Was that his?
So, I
favourite
think it was
spot?
the exact same place. Yeah.
What was it, turn 17?
Turns. I don't think that one was, but yeah, he's done.
Oh, is it not?
I don't. I've lost
He's
the
starting
ball.
ninth. He's now third.
He's
It's
now third.
unbelievable.
He's on the tail.
Oh
of
God!
Alonso.
I respect him, but I don't want him to win. I want Carlos Sainz to do a job and get a podium.
Also,
Come
we have
on!
not spoken once about Sergio Perez.
Yeah,
probably-
bye.
That's
See ya.
the absolute best scenario for him. If he's just cruising on, for what is he, 3.5 seconds ahead of Alonso? Like, that's ideal for him. Just take your time and enjoy life up front. No mistakes, you'll be fine.
Sainz needed to do a job on Alonso before Verstappen got. I mean, and Verstappen got. He must have cut off what, half a second a lap there, and then chopped away him. And he'll get Alonso as well.
Serious.
And then
Yeah.
we're on to a Red Bull 1-2. And Sainz will probably be out of the DRS of Alonso by then, and Alonso's in a pretty nice position. If you just said to Alonso, early on, you're you'll be in third, 15 laps. He'd be
Magnussen's
going,
in pit.
yeah, fine.
I don't think we're seeing
It
that.
looks like the
Magnussen's
rain
pitted
is
early.
either starting
it.
or
Yeah, it's getting a bit pretty grey over
it's
there, isn't it?
pretty dark. It does look like that will be happening.
See,
shortly.
Magnussen's
Oh, let's go.
Get your boards out,
dived
get
in.
your boards out.
I've got my pen!
Quick.
2.9.
6. I panicked.
Oh, to be fair, you're only competing against yourself at that point.
I was there.
I lost
I
my
lost
pen.
my board. This isn't my board.
Your board is there.
Oh,
Go
okay.
back. Yeah, let's keep an eye out for those pits. And have a look at what you guys
Give me
are
Matisse's
saying.
pen.
Car-
I've stolen his pen.
Kazi says, why is no one even attempting to defend
I have
against
one pen.
Verstappen? Gasly let Verstappen right through, but then tries to defend against Russell.
I think the reason that is like they've got their own races to run. Like if you're Gasly, what is the point? I know other than like pride, as you mentioned with the Mercedes, but what's the point in like burning through your tyres to try and stop a car that's quicker this early in the race? Like for Gasly,
Oh, he's done Alonso.
For Gasly, he wants to like keep his tyres as fresh as possible to maybe attack Russell or whatever. I know it's not what fans want to see, like other drivers letting them by, but it just makes sense, really.
Well, that was pretty quick. He
15 laps,
did, yeah.
23 minutes or whatever it is.
We're
I
gonna
don't know, nearly
have
half an
another
hour.
look at that with Alonso. I mean, I'll be honest, I thought Alonso would be able to defend better against it. But
Again, it doesn't.
No, it's just that
it's,
DRS
it's,
speed, isn't
it's
it?
just indefensible.
Their DRS, it's the way that car is cut and their aerodynamics are just out of this world with that DRS open.
I'm living vicariously through this guy.
He's a very happy guy.
This guy who's
he's a
loving-
Dutch fan.
He must be Dutch,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's got an
yeah.
orange flag. I thought he was a McLaren fan for a
Pit
bit.
stop.
I haven't got.
I think we've lost
Why
a
are you
serious
putting your
amount of
boards
pence.
down?
Quick!
2.9.
2-3!
Oh, very
five.
quick. Look at that Ryan.
What was that?
That's a 7-9.
Yeah, I was
is what that is.
2.9. But
Is there another pen talking about?
There was
I don't know. I've
we
lost
just
mine.
missed a Bottas one as well. That was 2.8. We've got another one coming
we've lost
in now.
many pens.
I have to
Sorry.
go.
There's a Nick De Vries
I'm an
pit
idiot.
coming up, but we're not going to get to
I'm
see
not worried
that.
about Nick De Vries.
yeah,
playing.
Lewis Hamilton has moved up to 9th, by the way. He has moved up a little bit. He's obviously taken over Albon,
who's
Sonoda.
That'll be the guys in the
Gasly and
pits.
Magnussen
Yeah,
have gone.
pits
Have
people
dropped
gone.
out. But that is two places up from there, so we must have done some overtakes.
Yeah, we're going to have a little look at that right now.
Production has got a word.
Coylan?
Yeah, just to say a little word on Verstappen. This is a great run he's doing through the field, and just to remind you guys, he's on the hard tyre, which means
Yeah.
that everybody is ahead of everybody apart from his teammate, and he's going to be on the faster tyre when he pits in the second phase of the race.
Oh, God, we could see a real fight. I'm here for it.
I need a drink for that.
Yeah.
Ideally, one without glitter in it.
Let's have a
gonna be
quick
hard.
chat, shall we, about Ferrari, because of
Yeah.
course we saw that Sainz. I mean, he gave up the lead very easily, but that's every other car has, so okay. Leclerc, he is now up to 6th spot.
Yeah, again, I'm just figuring out if is that pit stops?
That will be, so yeah, obviously Magnussen's
Gasly,
come in,
yeah,
and Gasly's
Gasly
come in,
makes
so
sense.
yeah, he's moved up 2 just because of the pits ahead of him.
Yeah.
And you presume these front runners, so other than Max, the top 6 are all on the medium, so at some point they're going to have to come in reasonably soon. I think Perez on the radio then saying his front right's getting a bit hard to control, so maybe... I mean, the good news now is like for all these drivers who haven't come in, they can look at the data of the other teams and see like sort of how their hard tyres work. And so Magnussen came in very early, so now they can look at what Magnussen's laps are doing on a fresh hard, and like they've just got better data to use, so
Yeah.
like that may influence when they decide to come in. When maybe they'll make the medium last a bit longer than they were originally planning, but it's just very handy not to be the first driver in.
Yeah.
Yeah. What will be the repercussion then for putting Perez onto the hards?
There'll be no repercussions. I mean, obviously, you presume Verstappen will then take the lead,
Yeah.
but obviously he's got a pit at some point himself. It's just you want to maximise the medium, so like I think it's pretty clear that Red Bull are obviously trying to go for that one-stop strategy. So for Perez, they're trying to get that medium to last as long as possible, so that come the end of the race, that hard that he'll swap onto is not completely dead. Whereas Verstappen's the opposite. They're trying to make this hard last as long. He'll swap onto the medium for the last bit of the race.
Okay, got you.
We're going to see them fight, quite possibly.
It could be, yeah.
Towards the end, depending on... Hamilton's having a look there. Depending on...
So Leclerc's coming
Leclerc's
in
playing
now.
after box.
box.
Can I have that knife?
Oh yeah, it's a very blunt knife. I don't
I
think you'll
told
get
you
into
they're hard
that.
to open.
They're so hard to open.
Okay, we've missed a pit. 2.7.
2.7.
You can go on that one, the Leclerc
There
one.
we go.
There we go. I've missed it again, so I was watching that.
2.6.
These two with their pit stops.
Thank you.
I've lost my pen.
These
I've lost
two.
my pen. Matisse is gone.
A pen knocking
He's
about.
changing tyres. He is changing tyres. Carsey said, I remain what I said last race. We need to hire drivers to take out Verstappen. He also says, I wouldn't take Verstappen at my team. He'd ruin the cohesion and harmony of the team. I don't know why he
Really?
gets such a bad rep.
Which team is he a
want
fan
some?
of? Or is it just a fictional team?
I have a top up. I've got a very dry throat.
I don't know if this is the same one.
It's not.
Oh, okay, let's go. It's Miami after all, isn't
It's
it?
Miami after all. We'll just have a few little drinks. I don't know how alcoholic these
Very
are.
red.
I think quite low.
I was going to say, I would say like less than like a percent.
I'm not
We'll see
worried,
in an
yeah.
hour's time when I'm the only one who's like commenting.
Let's leave that there. Yeah, why do you think everyone just has this hatred? Do you remember having this towards Lewis at any point?
I think a lot of people did. Like, I think that's just the case of any sport, isn't it? Like when someone's dominant, you sort of want to see
Oh,
Who's that dived into the pit?
wanna see them
someone do.
fail.
Oh, that's a big lock up from Sainz there, heading into
Sainz
the
in
pit.
the pit.
But it doesn't really matter because he's about
I'm
to
gonna-
swap his tyres. But
Yeah, true.
okay, I'm the only one going for this.
No,
so
I'm going for it. I'm going for
I'm
it.
gonna
You in the pit?
Yeah, 2.3.
Really
that
quick,
was very
2-1. 2-1.
Oh,
in the
Right in
middle.
between you both.
In the
Split it.
middle. Oh.
Right in between you both. Actually, talking of pit lanes, yesterday, what did we make of that Hulkenberg incident?
What, coming out of the pits?
Yes.
Yeah, that was very close. I was surprised that wasn't. I mean, stewards noted it, but didn't do anything about it. But that did seem. I think it was De Vries. It was one of the AlphaTauris that came out right in front of Hulkenberg. But yeah, they sort of let that go. Really. I mean, I'm probably that's just a
Pretty
word of warning.
dangerous.
That is, yeah. It can be. Obviously, the pit lane is the absolute worst place for any incident to happen because you've got so many people about. But yeah, so that's just sort of basics, really, isn't it? Not to release your car into the path of another one.
Yeah, ideally. We're getting a rare sighting of Sergio Perez now.
So that's
He's
all you
complaining
see,
about
yeah,
that
you can
front
see a few
left,
like
yeah.
spots in the middle of that tyre. See?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's starting to flatten out a bit.
So when do we expect him to come in for a pit?
I'd expect soon, to be honest. I think, obviously, we know the Red Bull car's very good at saving its tyres. So like, it can probably go longer than everyone else can. But when it's starting to look like that, like you might as well just swap, like, and get some, and not risk it really.
Okay, so we have had a few pits. That does change kind of the order of the grid. We've got Logan Sargent at the back, De Vries 19th, Piastri 18th, Norris 17th, Bottas 16th, Charles Leclerc 15th, Magnussen 14th, Gasly 13th, George Russell 12th, Zhou 11th, Lance Stroll is up to 10th, Yuki Tsunoda 9th, Alex Albon 8th, Carlos Sainz 7th, Lewis Hamilton 6th, Hulkenberg 5th, Ocon 4th, Alonso 3rd, Max 2nd, and Sergio Perez 1st. So those pits do make a difference, don't they? They really do.
I
Yeah.
think Verstappen's getting within approaching
Sainz-
distance of Perez.
Sainz just on Hamilton on the new. Obviously, he's on a new
Oh,
hard
right.
compared to Hamilton's old hard.
Did Hamilton start on the hard? He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's due a
Yeah,
stop.
lost.
So he's approaching Perez.
Yep.
Does Perez have to give it up if it's team orders?
Oh yeah, but I don't think Red Bull will do team orders like this early in the championship. Like, I mean, that would massively upset Perez.
Yeah.
Like,
It would set the tone, wouldn't
so
it?
much
Yeah.
of their fan base, but you
yeah,
can't.
I think it's too early.
Surely
in this,
not.
A, it's too early in the race, and B, it's too early in the season to start dictating. I mean, Red Bull might try and cut it off before it gets an issue and pit Perez pretty soon, so that Verstappen just cruises on by. But that would be.
I'd
only
love to
that
see
Then
size.
that's snaky in itself.
We've got
it
some,
just sort of
someone coming in.
avoids, yeah, it just avoids the situation. So yeah, we see the Red Bull engineers. That will almost certainly be
Perez, surely,
unless
yeah.
Verstappen's really burnt through those hards. But yeah, like in the Red Bull's mind, it just sort of avoids a conflict. So yeah, Perez
Yeah.
is coming in now.
Perez is coming in.
I don't know where my pen's
So we
gone.
will
We've lost
see.
all the pens. Is it
We will
buried
see
in the
Max
sand?
take pole. There
Okay,
he
Perez
goes
comes
into pole.
in.
Let's hope for a quick pit.
It's a bit slow.
That
I'm
was a little bit
2.6.
slow.
2-2.
3.1.
That's quick.
Oh,
Finally! Yes!
I'm happy for you.
Come on! Ferrari can both DNF now. I've got a pit stop right. Let's go!
Okay, so he hasn't lost two. Oh, he's coming out in the minute of that bit. All right, so really no harm in that. He's only dropped 4 places.
Yeah, so where's he come out? So he's come
He's
out
P-
of
he's
head,
P4.
yeah, behind Ocon, but
Behind
ahead of
Ocon,
Sainz.
behind
Yeah, so
Alonso.
that's absolutely ideal for them.
Yeah, it's an ideal scenario.
So yeah, all the drivers ahead of Perez have yet to pit, so he didn't get undercut as it's called when.
But you would be a bit gutted,
Yeah.
wouldn't you, Perez, if you've then pitted and now you know that Max is leading the race?
Yeah, I mean the worst possible thing that could happen for Perez now is there's like a safety car or a red flag because that obviously gives not only Verstappen a free pit stop, but Alonso and Ocon as well. Like they'll essentially get a free pit stop. But then that'd be interesting if there is a red flag, because you're thinking Verstappen obviously has to go onto the hards. Like, but are you gonna? Oh, sorry, goes on the mediums. But is that going to last 30 odd laps, 36 laps? So it'd be a tough call for the Red Bull strategists.
Yeah, he is on the hards.
I mean, look at that front left. It's absolutely shot.
Who's that? Is that
Verstappen's
Verstappen?
front left is
Wow,
gone.
Yeah.
Completely gone. I mean, as you said, he's been burning through. I mean, he's taken up, how many places has he gone up? 8 places, 7 places, whatever it is. Of course those tyres are tired.
We are going to see a pit from him shortly. Not too
It
long.
should be a little bit longer if they want to. I mean, if they go for a one stop, they're going to try and make that hard last quite a long time.
We're 22 of 57 through.
Yeah, so not quite halfway.
Do you think the strategy is then to let Perez try and get back to second and then...
I mean, Perez doesn't have to push too hard here because he knows that Ocon and Alonso ahead of him also have to pit. So he can obviously, I mean, he'll probably zoom past Ocon here because he's already in within DRS on much fresher tyres.
I mean, if he's...
there's a bit of a...
good.
Stroll's getting shoved out the
Stroll,
way there,
yes.
Albon.
Looked like there was a little
Albon
bit of
getting his
contact
shoulders out.
It was close, wasn't it?
There was
definitely close.
If there wasn't contact, it was very, very close there. Very, very close. John Donut says he's loving the on-track GP studio set.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't think the palm trees are getting enough appreciation.
Love a palm
True.
tree.
Oh, there's a seat there. I hadn't noticed. There's a new seat, a new racing seat back there.
Yeah, we have a new race. Oh yeah, we have a new racing seat. We have a beach ball. I mean, I just
You
feel bad.
have
for
a
the
bit of fun with the beach ball.
Oh!
And that's the end of the fun.
And that's the end of that.
And that's that.
That's the end of that. No, it looks really good. Shout out to production for making it
And whoever
wonderful, and shout out to
Yeah.
whoever's cleaning it up.
Yeah.
That's
the
the Hoover
Hoover job.
That's tough.
Yeah. I
Joe, we've
can't
got
wait.
something to tell you.
Yeah.
We forgot to ask before, but have you got an extra hour?
You're on cleaning duty. You're on cleaning
Unless
duty.
Sainz wins.
Yeah. That's unlikely, isn't it?
Wadsy Cleef said there is no point defending against this rocket ship.
Yeah, I think that's true. Like, you've got to be smart about your own race. Like, what's the point in burning through your tyres and like compromising the rest of your race? So someone's been investigated for speeding the pit. I can see which driver, but someone got.
interesting.
Speeding in the pit. Well, Perez has
Could
done
have been
Ocon.
Sainz coming in when he looked
Well, maybe
up.
yeah, he did. Yeah, he was.
He was clearly going quick, wasn't he?
So,
I mean, Charles Leclerc is stuck in 15th.
so Albon's in the pit.
Yeah,
now.
Albon's in the pit.
So yeah, the grid's a bit weird at the moment because obviously you've got a lot of drivers who haven't pitted, who start on the hard, and then you've got the drivers who start on the medium who have pitted and gone on to the hard. So yeah, it's a bit hard to tell sort of where everyone is at the moment.
Yeah, it's not really balancing out.
Albon's had a very slow start by the looks of it.
So-
He's tumbled down.
But so far, we have had no,
I mean,
dare I say it, crashes.
No.
other than that bit at the start
been clean.
where
Virtuals.
De Vries, I think De Vries crashed into the back of Piastri.
You
But
say
Yeah.
that, but we've got Russell moaning here about the front wing, so I don't know whether
Maybe there was
something's gone on,
contact when we
something
thought
gone
there
on
was.
there. There was also stars before we said check the front wing, so I imagine
Yeah.
it wasn't
He
a
wasn't too
happy check,
pleased.
was it?
Yeah, they'll be checking that out to see what's happened. Don't forget, guys, there
Am I
is
flicking it up?
No, I just think it's
a
cool.
PS5 that is up for grabs. It is right here. It is shiny. It's lovely. It's covered in sand. I'm joking. It's not covered in sand. So what you have to do to make sure you can be with the chance of winning it is to like and subscribe. You need to subscribe to On Track GP. You need to head over to Instagram and follow as well. And you need to like it as well, like the post. Coylin, what's going on?
Yeah, so just to confirm there, it was Carlos Sainz under investigation, and he's been awarded a 5-second penalty.
Oh my god, I can't believe this!
This guy, he's unlucky.
Oh, my.
What's he doing?
That's a rookie error. Like,
So stupid.
Oh, I just think you're so harsh on him.
It's
He
just
spent
harsh on
If
him.
it was Leclerc, you'd say, "Oh, don't worry, darling.
What do you mean? I love
Just
Carlos.
bend it into the wall."
I spent 50 quid on his hat. I love the guy.
Get Carlos Sainz's dad on here, okay?
that is a pretty basic
It's
mistake,
just-
isn't it?
So it is bending it into the wall like yesterday.
And do you know what? He
Yeah.
was genuinely in a chance to like be fighting at about when the pit stops to figure themselves out, to be in with a chance of fighting again for this
So where
podium.
would that put him? That would put him
5
behind
seconds.
Hulkenberg, if he had it.
I wonder if they'll stop and go or whether they'll give it at the end. But it's just
I mean, Russell said his front
They
wing.
don't-
That's okay. I mean,
don't help themselves.
Before that,
Ferrari.
he came barreling in. Like, you see him locking up. Like,
Yeah.
he must have just realised that. Oh,
Oh no!
I
speed
should
limit
probably
line's
brake.
here. Yeah.
It's like when you see a speed camera and you forget to brake.
Yeah.
You're like, oh. Whoops. Not that I do
Oh,
that.
it's really poor,
Not that I
man.
do that at all.
Local police, keep
Yeah,
an eye out.
no, I always stick to the speed limit.
I'm so disappointed with that. I really am.
Well, it just seems like he's always getting a penalty no matter what happens. I don't even think he's over what happened in Melbourne, so I'm
Just
not
noticed
over
that
it.
Verstappen's, even if he pits now, he should come out just barely ahead of Perez.
I
So
can't
Alonso's
believe
going to
it.
pit now, so Alonso's going
I've just
in.
heard Man United have lost 1-0 as well. This is
It's
just.
not your day.
This
Not your
is
day.
just. Do you know what? This is mad.
So where's Alonso going to come out? He's behind Ocon again. He's behind Sainz.
Oh, he's behind Sainz. It's a slow pit. Well, it's actually not.
It
that
is not,
slow.
yeah, it's quite quick, but
It
I
was
think,
2.7,
yeah.
just in terms of how close those cars are. He's P5.
Oh, he's come out behind Sainz though. So obviously, if Sainz didn't have that penalty, then
It would be lovely.
Sainz would have gained a place there.
Yes.
Yeah, because they did a 2-2 stop. They did a really quick stop.
did, yeah.
They got him half a second on
That's because
Alonso.
he flew into the into the pit.
Are we going to
So
have
he's do a
a?
quick
Are we
pit
going to
when
have
he's
a
speeding there.
box for Verstappen? Are we going to have that?
I think
He's got to go longer, isn't he? Surely. If he's
Yeah.
going to come out on the mediums, he can't do.
What do we want to get to?
22
Then?
laps.
30 laps,
I
35.
think even
I
longer.
think,
Like
what
if
did
we
they say the
saw,
pit window was for mediums? Do you
well, if
remember?
we saw the
I think it was
mediums was 11 to 20,
20.
like yeah, you sort of just take that away from. I mean, if they're going for
Yeah.
a one stop as we presume, then that sort of take away 11 and 20 or 57. So that'd be 37 mark. You sort of start expecting to come in.
I still think Perez should be winning this race.
I agree
Yeah,
with you.
I think he's still a great shot. But
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
now
yeah.
is his time because he's got much fresher tyres than Verstappen.
Yeah.
It should be up to him to sort of close that gap.
Yeah.
So he has done a bit. So he's like they
Yeah.
predict it's about 17 seconds to get pit done, and Perez is now within that of Verstappen.
So he'd come out in front, yeah, but on the older tyres.
What have we
Yeah.
made so far of the Alpines?
Doing
Is
okay.
Ocon due a stop?
Yeah, like I said, I'd have to see the grid, but just noticed that the Red Bull Sporting Director has the same birthday as me.
Oh,
Different years.
Yeah.
yeah, you need to have your cake.
I would once I pick off the glitter.
Both
Okay, on
tastes
it.
good.
I
It
think
does look nice.
Alpine will be looking for a double pointer for sure.
Yeah, this is the best race that they've had so far.
They need a decent result.
So what
don't
did
they?
Gasly? They both started on the medium, is that right? Or did Ocon started on hard, I
hard.
think, and then Gasly
Yeah,
started
he
on
must,
medium.
he
So
must,
yeah. So yeah, Ocon's up in P3, but having not done a
Due to stop at some point.
I think he's
Unless he's going to
to
go 56 laps again,
maybe
crash into a
Saw it last
photographer in
time.
the pit lane.
Dreadful, that. Really
That's bad.
Yeah.
Has Hamilton pitted yet? No.
No.
No,
okay.
Hamilton has not pitted yet, and he's sixth currently.
okay.
Perez has just set the fastest lap.
Yeah, so that's the situation that Perez is in now, is to try and close up that gap as much as possible to him and
Yeah.
Verstappen, so that when Verstappen does pit, he'll come out. Perez will come out ahead, or go ahead. Sorry.
Good fighting here between Alonso and Sainz. Really good fighting.
Where's Stroll these days?
Stroll's down in 11th.
Yeah.
With
But again, due a stop, I think. Yeah, he is. He's due a stop.
Yeah, we've seen his stops here. Okay, so Ocon hasn't
So is
pitted.
Ocon, yeah.
Hulkenberg hasn't pitted. Joe hasn't pitted.
So what would be a good day for Alpine today for both drivers?
I think just double points.
Yeah.
I mean, Gasly started really well. Like he was up in P4 for a while. Yeah, if they can get, well, presumably, I think it's realistic to say they could get within striking distance of Sainz if he's got a 5-second penalty. Like he should be able to take
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, you're right. What is he doing getting a 5-second penalty? It's
Yeah,
just
that
so
is silly.
stupid.
That's very silly.
Well, we've questioned the strategy a lot for Ferrari, but also just
I mean, yeah,
drivers.
like what Ferrari do about that? Like,
Yeah,
you
no,
shouldn't have
but
to tell your drivers not to
in-
speed in the pit lane.
That's my point. I think
Yeah.
that we also need to call into question kind of the decision making from both the drivers.
Yeah, you're
as
so
well.
right. Yeah, completely. One of them sticks it in the wall in qualifying, and the other one's got a 5-second penalty for a pit lane. Oh,
Yeah.
Seeing Russell here, who's he overtaken? That's AlphaTauri, so it must be Sonoda, I'm guessing.
You would think it's probably so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. That's probably the easiest
God knows
guess
where
you'll
Nick
ever make.
DeVries is on this grid. Yeah, we're not entirely sure where he is.
Saw a very dramatic picture of the tarmac.
Yeah, very dramatic.
Very long picture of the tarmac.
oh, Alonso's going on Sainz there and gets the move done
Gets the move done, yeah.
comfortably.
Easily.
It's that corner, isn't it? We've seen that P. I think it's turn 17. I could
Mm-hmm.
be wrong, but it's very near the end of the lap after a big long straight.
So that would put Sainz down on the precipice of 7th.
Yeah.
Hamilton due a stop, actually, so-
Hmm.
Again, it's not quite clear, but
Charles Leclerc, he is up to 13th.
Oh yes.
Slowly moving and grooving.
God.
Al Guapo says, Abby, it's cheeky of you to say why Max gets a bad reputation. Just go and look at Brazil last year and the team begging him to let Checo pass. He made Checo drop a position in the end of season rankings.
That was true, yeah. That was probably the silliest moment we've had of recent years in Verstappen.
Well, Checo should have said no.
No, it's the other way around. Verstappen wouldn't let Checo by.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But even
Which is
so,
silly.
again, this time, I would just...
But yeah, I think I
would do
can't
the same
imagine
back.
Red Bull are going to do team orders here.
No.
Like, it's very early in the
But
season.
even if it happens later this season, then I would say...
Yeah, I agree. I think
Yeah.
I'd say
I'd fight
let
this-
Sergio say no.
Yeah.
He didn't do it for me.
No, I'm not doing it for him.
I think ultimately it didn't change his position in the end because Charles still got
Yeah, I
ahead of
think
him in
he
Abu
won.
Dhabi.
Yeah, he won
So it
by
didn't
enough.
actually change anything, but it's the principle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I think Verstappen had already won the drivers and
Yeah, I
the
think
constructors
he
yeah,
had
done, so
actually
he
won the
absolutely
drivers.
no,
he had nothing to gain
no
from it.
benefit to doing that.
No, but I guess that's why you're a winner.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's what winners do. He's a sharp boy.
Winning on the track, but not winning fans doing that, is it?
Darren Millett said, "Who needs Miami when we could have an Irish GP?" Would anyone?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
It's busier calendar, but you're trying to
I
find.
mean, they're
every
adding
day.
so many on.
Yeah.
So
They're
Who
trying.
knows?
They're trying to get as many races as they can, aren't
Let's
they?
talk of a London one.
I was going to say,
I saw that. I
London
don't- I
and
think-
Silverstone. What's the point?
We've got
Yeah,
Silverstone. Like,
yeah.
we don't need a London street track. Like, give it somewhere like Ireland. It'd be so much more interesting to go and have a race in the Irish Hills. It'd
Yeah.
be much better than.
Scottish GP.
Yeah, brilliant. Welsh, whatever. Just like
Welsh
we've got one
GP, yeah.
an hour from London already. Give it to another city.
Channel
Forget it.
Island GP.
Silly. We don't
Yeah.
need a London one. Channel Island. Give it to Jersey.
Give it to Jersey. Give it to Jersey. Harry says an on-track GP would be better than this Miami GP. I've enjoyed it so far.
Oh, it's been good. Yeah.
Trust me,
better
if you
than
didn't watch Baku, it's much better than Baku.
God, yeah.
That was awful.
Much better.
Yeah, that was
Harry
Baku.
also
Yeah,
said
mate.
seeing
Go for it.
I'm going
Joe.
to enjoy myself. Sorry.
Seeing Joe happy to get a pit stop correct is contagious. I absolutely love to see it.
God, honestly, like this is one of the best things happened to me all year.
God.
So, thanks very much.
It's been a very slow year. Kazi
It is
said,
May. Like, you've had a good portion of the year.
Yeah.
Something
over
should have happened to
two-thirds.
you by now.
Kazi said, every time you get a pit stop wrong, you should take a shot. We should, but
That's
I'll
great.
give that to you. You
to be
can do
fair,
that.
I think you lot got the training, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
There
Yeah, big time.
Also, this tastes like cough syrup.
You didn't like that one. Mine's gone. I absolutely destroyed
Would you like that one?
Yeah, give it
Go
over.
on.
Let's
Have
go.
it.
It's Miami, baby.
Gonna be
We're
gone.
partying.
Not a fan of that one at all. Didn't like that one. I will
You didn't
give
like
this-
Calpol? I used to love
I will
Calpol.
give this one a go though.
What's that one?
This is a pink martini cocktail.
It's got the Lidl Deluxe on it, not to give away
There are
trade
other
secrets.
brands. There are other brands.
Sorry, yeah.
Other brands
there are
available.
other German supermarkets available.
Yeah,
Aldi.
my favourite German supermarket.
We haven't seen this rain yet, have we? It was
No,
fi-
that would
like,
that would mix things up
Oh,
definitely.
that's equally violent. Oh god,
And the wind is quite light as well, 7.2.
that's
They're
violent.
saying at the top there, so it's not particularly strong.
That's quite strong, that.
10.2 miles an hour. No, that's like
I don't know. Thanks. You can stop blowing on me now. I don't think that's 7.2 miles an hour.
I think anything over like 20, you're like, oh, I can actually
Oh,
feel
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I don't think. Maybe I'm
But maybe
completely
if you're
wrong.
gonna-
I don't work for the Met Office,
Yeah.
but
We need to get a meteorologist on the phone.
Harry also said, Joe, you need comforting. That's why the cocktail pouches exist.
Yeah.
Lambie
want to use it as like a.
Cry yourself to sleep.
and the pit wall is telling Verstappen to focus on the driving. I didn't see that come through, but
We gave it.
I'd say he's pretty focused on the driving.
Yeah. I don't
As
know.
opposed to what?
Yeah, what's he
I don't know.
complaining
He's just chilling in first. He's
Yeah.
well away.
But Perez is closing
Perez
his
has
gap
cut.
down.
He has cut
Yeah,
it, so
it's
he would.
within
Perez would
16
come out in
seconds.
front, but it would be Max then on new medium tyres.
Yeah, that'd be quite
He
an
would-
exciting end if we get that.
I love it. I'm at the point now where I'm like, I know that as a Ferrari fan, there's no way I'm competing with the Red Bulls.
Sainz just overtook Ocon as you said that.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Doesn't really mean anything because he's still 5 seconds behind Ocon, but I don't know. We'll see.
yeah.
Verstappen again on the radio. Yeah, I think.
Can't hear what he's
As I
saying,
said,
but-
I'm at the point now where like the Ferraris are not going to fight. No one's going to fight with the Red Bulls this year. Not really. Maybe in one race we might get it bits and bobs, but like for the season, nobody. So just sort of like sit back, relax, and just kind of
Nice
enjoy
drive.
what they're doing. Like
Sunday drive.
fair play. Like I know if I want to see anything, I want to see those guys at the top 5. I want to see. I would love racing. You know, that's how I got into sport. I love racing. So I want to see. Perez and Max go at it. I want to see who is the better the better driver, who's got the more bottle, you know.
I mean, do you think there is anyone that can really challenge?
I think the only realistic challenge there could be is Monaco, purely because of
Yeah.
the track. So if, say, someone like Aston Martin get pole, that's probably their best chance to get a race win, just because at Monaco it's so tight, you can just hold off.
Yeah.
Hold people back so much easier than you can
It's like,
at any other
nowhere to
circuit.
overtake at Monaco.
Yeah, exactly. Other than maybe the tunnel, but that's quite a hard overtake. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's the most realistic place Aston Martin and people like that sort of aim. Because there's obviously, I mean, that's probably an ideal track for Aston Martin. There's not a load of huge straights. Their car's much better in corners than on straights. So
Yeah.
if they're looking at a potential race win, I suggest Monaco.
But that's not going to be particularly detrimental anyway for...
No, yeah, I mean, that's
For Red
this
Bull.
is all with the caveat that Red Bull could just put it on pole. And that'd be
Basically.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like,
exactly.
We'll
Has
see.
there ever been a team that has won every race?
No, I don't think. I think McLaren came very close. I think they didn't win the last race. This is completely off the top of my dome.
Oh, really?
So I think it was with Senna.
Oh, that must
back
have been
in the
tough. Got a whole
Imagine
season.
that.
Yeah.
The
Putting
whole
it in the last
season.
one.
But we should point out that seasons have got longer. So
Yeah, true.
Max won 15 races last year. Like that could have been enough to win him a whole season
Yeah.
other times.
Yeah, you're so right.
Yeah, that is true. We've got Hamilton and Russell in 6th and 7th. What can we expect to see here?
Well,
So you
Russell's pitted, isn't
Yeah,
he?
Russell's got fresher tyres, so you presume he'd be able to quickly get past. And I think Mercedes will probably most likely tell Hamilton not to challenge Russell, let him go, because like Russell can sort of, he'll get Ocon, like he can get up to Sainz. I mean, it could be very good for Russell. Like if he currently, you presume if Mercedes let Hamilton get by, he can probably catch Ocon, and then Sainz has got that penalty, so he could be P4, which is a very big surprise considering their performance.
Yeah, not much movement though from Charles Leclerc. Alex Albon
No,
moved up to
rubbish.
15th. Yeah, so it looks like there's only a few that's not pitted yet. Lance Stroll, Hulkenberg,
Oh, wow.
Tsunoda, Hamilton, Ocon, and
Hamilton
Verstappen.
just said he can go by, but I'm not backing off though. So
Yeah.
that's like you can tell me to move over, but I'm not going to. So that's for
Yeah.
Russell. So what I was just saying, yeah.
I don't know. I
Wow.
kind of respect that. Like, if he's quick enough to get past me, I'm not going to fight him. But
No, but I think
equally,
it's the
I'm
other
not
way
gonna-
round. I think it was him saying.
Oh, there you go. He's done it.
Okay. End of the conversation. But I think they're the other way round. That's sort of Hamilton saying, "No, I'm not going to let him pass me."
Do you think?
I think
Yeah.
they said he can go by, but I'm
Well,
not.
he didn't
stopping.
put up much of a fight, did
Yeah.
he?
Yeah, it's like he can give it a go, but I'm going to stop him. It's like,
Yeah.
no,
Did it in
no.
3 corners,
Yeah.
yeah.
Didn't quite work
Yeah,
out like
that's
that.
just a fresher tyre.
It didn't quite work out like that. Max has just set the fastest lap time. Quite a big gap though between Perez and Verstappen.
Setting the fastest lap of the race on 33 lap
Yeah,
old
that is
hard
quite
tyres
impressive.
is
Pretty
is
good.
something, isn't it?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, he's quite good at this Max Verstappen. We should keep an eye on him for the future.
Yeah, he's definitely one to watch. There's a shot of Toto Wolff. We're seeing less and less of Toto Wolff these days.
Yeah, literally.
Seeing less and less of him these days. I'm a big fan of him though. He does keep it interesting.
I want to get a T-shirt that says, "No, Mikey, no, that is so not
They
right."
sold that in an official F1 store.
Be good if the T-shirt could talk though.
Yeah, you press a button and you hear it.
Yeah.
Like those dodgy Christmas jumpers you get
Yes.
from Asda. Yeah.
I would like one with the Gunter Steiner with the door.
Yeah.
He does not fuck smash my
My
door.
door.
Yeah,
He does not
classic,
fuck smash my door.
iconic.
That was the iconic moment. I can't wait to read that book. Does anyone know when that book's coming out?
It's out.
It's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a centre copy. You can borrow it. if
Is
you
it
like.
good?
Can
Did
I
you read
have it for my holiday?
Yeah. When's your holiday?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Are
gonna
you
be
still
at-
reading it?
No, I've finished it, but I'm going to Imola next time, so I won't be
You're
here.
going
Yeah,
to
amazing. That's insane.
Unreal. We're going to get live grid action, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Hopefully.
we are.
Oh, they're all having a look at Stroll there. Oh, that's tight. That's wheel to wheel. Yeah, really good. Gasly on Stroll done a lovely job there.
That's kind of the best of the rest battle we thought we were going to see more of.
Yeah, that's quite a few cars bunched up there together.
It's five of them really. The
Hulkenberg
back of it being Stroll. Leclerc.
But this is what you saw in Baku. Hulkenberg just like formed a massive queue behind him because no one could overtake him.
Yeah, it is. It's exactly the same as
You
that.
presume here the drivers will be able to on that. This straight in
This
particular
one.
we're seeing.
Positions lost today is Gasly 5, Leclerc 6 and Magnussen 8th. I mean, you could argue you probably would expect that potentially from a Haas, but
I think
Yeah,
Magnussen
I
has
think-
pitted,
Yeah,
hasn't he?
I think that's.
So he's
I
due
think
a
that's
few
quite
back.
a harsh graphic from them. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
sort of a weird
Yeah,
moment
there you
where
go. We got Hulkenberg just gone into the pits. So
yeah, off he goes in the
I
cars.
don't think you can really look at the. Well, you can look at
Here we
the
go.
grid.
We're gonna have a look at a pit. Here we go.
Hit, get your
Come
balls
on.
out. Quick, 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 quick.
I've got a pen.
I've lost 3 pence.
Okay, come on.
A little bit slow. 3.4.
2.8.
2.9.
Let's go!
It's the night of fun.
Yes!
Come on, called it.
Oh, that was
I
great.
think I'm getting better at counting seconds. Because in my head I'm like 1, 2.
Do you
3,
do you
4.
count it when you do it?
Yeah.
Oh wow! No,
I just pick a
guess,
number.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've been trying to count, but I'm just
Wow.
way off.
Yeah, it
I'm either
works for
like
you.
too slow or I'm too fast. So that time I just randomly picked a number. And that's what I'm
That's how
going
you
for
do it.
nowadays.
Sainz just done Ocon, but again, he must have just done him. Ocon must have got him back. So he already did him, didn't he? I think.
Yeah, I think so. John Donut says, yes, Alonso.
Jumping all over the place.
He says, come on, team Aston Martin. Richard Louis says, the Azerbaijan race last week has to be one of the worst F1 races in a long time or in its history.
You thought that,
That
didn't you?
was very bad. I mean, nothing. Can you remember anything that happened? No. It was
Just the cameraman.
I just
Yeah,
think we should
that was
focus
it, yeah.
on, the fact that we have 2 Red Bull drivers that are going to take it potentially take it to the wire. This
Yeah,
year.
yeah. Hopefully.
That
Could
was
be the
my-
Rosberg
But we didn't even
Hamilton.
see them fight. That was
No,
the
we
thing.
didn't. We
Yeah.
didn't see
Whereas
them
I'm hoping
fight.
today we will towards the end.
And that camera angle, that
Yeah.
Yeah.
through
The castle man.
castle, that's something you just can't
I like
buy.
that with all the money they've got in F1. Think about the amount of money the F1 has, right? One of the richest sports in the world. And they're making more money than ever. They just couldn't afford 2 camera people to be up there. One in that one, one in that. So there's one little guy going like
It's like,
this.
imagine being told, like, to that guy, that cameraman, being like, right, basically, what we want is for you to go and stand in the castle, in between, just one of the things, hang around, and just every time they pass,
Yeah.
just put the camera up.
Like a medieval archer, like
Yeah.
trying to cover 2
And like,
sides.
the funniest thing was like a gap before the car actually went. So it was obviously just chilling there like that. And then like, as he saw a car, he was like that. So it was like actually a bit late to put it up.
So yes, you will have to buy a ticket to get in.
Yes,
Yeah.
you will. You can't just sit on the roof the whole time. Okay. Rod has said, God bless the king. And by that, I mean King Charles Leclerc.
Wow.
God, 12th in line to the throne at the minute, though,
Yeah.
isn't he? God.
I think Leclerc's going as quick as the carriage was yesterday. At this rate.
Well, that's the Ferrari for you.
Sam coming in with that sweet
Zing.
zingers, yeah.
Zinger.
My coronation zingers. Got them lined up.
I love
Coronation
Zingers.
zingers, man.
I found out where coronation chicken comes from.
Here we
Does
go.
anyone else know?
I don't.
I've been told it's coronation, but people lied to me apparently. What is it?
Go on.
Actually, so it was originally designed for the Queen's coronation, and it's obviously got the taste it does in the sauces that's in it because it was to incorporate the different country of the Commonwealth. So it's like got that kind of curry sauce
Nice.
Okay.
in it. And that is where coronation chicken came from. It wasn't actually a sandwich filler until the 70s, where it then
Wow.
became popular. I watched a whole thing on it the other day. It's
Yeah.
like a 3-minute BBC thing that came up on my Instagram. And I was like, oh, this is actually very interesting. So it became a sandwich filler in the 1970s.
Yeah.
And then it's become a very popular dish. And then
Wow.
this time round, there's a coronation quiche, but I don't know if it's going
is
to take
there?
off.
Oh, that's why they had
Oh.
quiches everywhere.
Quiche, coronation quiche.
Magnus's gone off.
Yup. I've actually never tried coronation chicken.
How do you know
okay.
so much about it?
Because I saw this thing that came off my thing the other day. And now everyone I've met this week, I've been like, do you know about coronation
Giving them
chicken?
yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a little BBC clip that just popped up, and I was like, oh,
See,
it's quite
this is why
interesting.
people tune into
Yeah.
On Track GP.
Yeah, this is why I
Coronation
love it.
zingers, coronation chicken, pit stops correct. Come on, this is On Track GP,
This
baby.
is what we want. This is what you came here for. Oliver Apex says Lewis needs to pull himself together. Where
Who?
even is he?
There's a few
Lewis.
people that need to pull themselves together.
Seventh.
Who's that, Lewis?
Lewis.
Wait, and he's due a stop, so he's going to drop right back.
Richard says, agree, but Monaco is more of a spectacle than other city races. Last week's race seemed more of a come visit Baku.
That's an
I think
interesting point.
Baku's usually quite good though. I think
Yeah.
last week was just whatever reason just
poor.
wasn't good. I think also the sprint race as well. Like the fact that the teams only had one practice session did eventually make it harder for them to do the
Leclerc
race
looking,
itself.
but no joy. Oh, he has got Magnussen. He has got
Yeah, he got
Magnussen.
Magnussen.
Phew. Come on.
At least he's got
Come
one.
on.
It's all missing the points.
Almost.
So known as pity. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sprint races. So we've got another 5 sprint races to go. Do
Yeah.
we think they're going to ditch them? Oh, Magnussen's got the position back.
Oh, God.
Ditch the sprint races.
Yeah.
Oh, no chance.
You don't think so?
Oh, no.
Because they've reserved the right in the contract to say that if they're not working, they can go.
Making the bank balance look a bit
Well,
prettier, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I suppose that is always for the money, but people hate it. When you've got arguably the biggest name in Formula 1 at the moment, Max Verstappen saying, I hate sprint races, I want nothing to do with them, there's going to be bad publicity for them.
The
They
TV
care more about the
companies
money,
and
don't
like,
they?
Well, I guess
they'll
that's
say
isn't
more
it?
people tuned in. Like, how many people do you know that's tuned in to the sprint shootout?
Oh,
when they
Russell's
would've
just done Sainz.
tuned into free practice free.
Well,
Yeah,
arguably.
that's a very good point.
Yeah, but arguably, when you look at the two, so obviously last week we had the sprints. I mean, this week we had regular quali, and I would say, did you not find as a viewer qualifying just much more enjoyable than the sprints?
Yeah, 100%. It's just the problem for me with the sprint was that, like,
Hello.
what was happening on Sunday was finished on Friday.
Yeah.
But then Saturday was just a standalone. I was like,
Yeah.
what is... I don't understand
Yeah,
this.
that was true.
It was awful.
Yeah.
Absolutely awful.
Yeah.
Like, and I think when it comes to sprints, I never knew how like fully against it I was until
you saw it.
Until I saw it. I'd always said I don't like sprints, but I kind of just said that because I enjoy the traditional methods and the format. But then I watched it, I was like, I really don't.
Hammy in the pit, top
Hamilton
left.
is coming into pit. Just to say,
3-1.
That's a false position, obviously.
It's a
Fine,
false
quick.
position.
Trickling straight back down.
It's false. But Verstappen has still not come into pit, by the way. We're 38 laps in, so he's gone such a long way on those tyres.
Yeah, so that would now be 19. That if he put the mediums on, he could do 19 laps on the mediums, and they're saying that's in the window. So
We're going to see that happen pretty soon.
it could be any minute.
And just to also reiterate, we have not had any virtual safety cars.
No.
We've had no yellow flags, no red flags,
Very
nothing.
clean race.
It's been very, very clean for the second week running.
It's coming. It's coming.
Do you think?
Do you think?
I don't think we've had a...
Well, I mean, maybe it won't, but it just feels like it's gotta, surely.
I don't think we've had a race this season where everyone's finished, have we?
No.
No, almost
No.
certainly not.
And everyone's still in.
Everyone is still in.
Again, wait and see.
It's a nice
Here you are
overtake.
with your
On Leclerc,
negativity.
It must be Leclerc or
Here you
Magnussen.
are.
Not negative. I think it's good if they all bunch up.
Since you've been gone, Joe and I both got a crit pit stop.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We
I
did.
need a VAR.
Are you the only one that's not? Have you got one?
I got one a couple of races ago, but that was not in this. Yeah. So I've got one
We've lost all
this
the
season.
pens.
So everyone's got all the pens. So
I've got one this season.
yeah, so everyone's got one now.
We're
this
all on
season.
one.
Yeah. No, you're
What
on
did you
two.
What did you guys get?
Respect.
2-2,
2.9.
2-9.
Yeah.
You both got the same one.
No.
Oh, okay,
Different one. Let's see what else you guys are saying.
That's how we roll,
Bangle
Russell says.
says,
With the
come on,
overtake.
Team
Great
Red Bull.
overtake.
Another 1 and 2. Cardi said F1 might need to start watering the track to make it more interesting.
What are these?
Just like surprise sprinklers.
Yeah. Close. It's like, what's your tyres going to do now? Alps Pat says he does not like Coronation Chicken. We were having a whole
Thanks,
discussion on
Alps Pat.
Coronation Chicken.
That's so random.
No, it was because there was something.
Interesting.
I saw this
Perez
thing and
is
it was
out
like that's
for
where it
17
came
seconds.
from.
Oh, okay.
And I was just
He's dropped
informing,
back.
and I've actually never had it.
I don't know whether he went
Do
off
you
or
like it?
slowed down, but he's
Oh, you never had
lost
it?
about 3 seconds there.
That's surprising.
Perez was building up quite a nice gap, or chopping down the gap to Verstappen, so that when Verstappen comes in, Perez would
He
would come out,
still
but-
effectively leading this race, right?
No,
He-
now he's not.
No,
if
yeah,
Verstappen does
There's
now
such
a
a
quick
big gap.
stop, Verstappen will come back out in front, and that's so Perez has gone right off the pace in the last couple of laps and lost about 2 or 3 seconds from where he was.
Yeah.
And essentially is on the precipice of track position. If Verstappen does a quick stop, they're going to be coming out very, very close to each other. That'll be
then
really interesting.
Then we'll see them fight.
Well, Verstappen will kill him because he'll be on fresh
tyres,
mediums,
yeah.
and Perez will be on old hards. So this is now Verstappen's race to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, bit of
Crazy.
a shame for Perez in that.
Has Perez just got complacent, or did he get lucky in the pit
We haven't
stop?
really seen. We haven't
Haven't
seen.
seen
Haven't
him.
really seen him.
We haven't seen if he went wide or what. But
Yeah.
but that's not
It's a very big drop off from where he was.
it's not good, is it?
No, it's
And
really not.
he's falling further back.
It's really not. He
Ocon's
needs
in the
to.
pit.
He needed to be winning this race. I know Verstappen was always going to catch up, and there was always going to be in contention.
This is
Ocon
Hamilton
pit. Here we
fighting.
go.
Here we go. Ocon in the pit.
Hamilton, go on.
All
Quick,
close.
2-7.
Did we hear a sign for this 5-second penalty?
2-6.
Close. You're getting
you
very
miss that?
close.
2-6.
Did you miss Sainz's 5-second penalty?
Yes. What did he get that for?
Speed in the pit there.
Speed in the pit then.
Quality.
Going too fast.
That's our boy, Carlos. Yes.
Mate, it's just. We were saying like, what are you doing? Like,
What? Was there any?
Sometimes you just forget to brake.
Yeah. There you are.
Okay?
Yeah.
You just forget to brake.
ultimate defense of Carlos is here.
I love Carlos.
Let's go
Sainz.
to production.
And I really want his dad to come on the show. Yes, Coylin.
All right, guys. So just looking at the times between Verstappen and Perez here. Perez is roughly about 17 seconds behind Verstappen, and a pit stop is give or take 20 seconds, meaning if Verstappen pits now or whenever, he's going to come out 3 seconds behind Perez towards the end.
Okay.
Oh.
I suppose they were saying 17 on
Yeah,
the
they
screen.
were.
weren't
Yeah,
they?
it
must
was-
have. I
it
don't know
did
why
say
they were saying
17.
17.
It did say that, but that was a while ago.
Oh, is that time
Lost.
rather than the time of the stop?
Yeah,
it would be that.
time lost. Yeah.
But still, even 3 seconds, you've got to imagine Verstappen on those medium tyre.
I mean, he's not going to have it for long, is he?
Yeah.
But, you know,
This
give it
team-
back
this
to
old
him.
teammate,
But we
isn't it?
will see the fighting.
We will see the
That's
fighting.
Bottas and Hamilton.
Yeah,
I think.
that was really
And
good
Bottas.
from Hamilton.
Oh no,
Oh,
Hamilton.
teammates.
Hamilton get.
Yeah.
I believe that was.
Whenever I think of Bottas, I just hear Valtteri. Like from Toto. Valtteri.
Alonso and Russell in their own race today, are they?
Yeah, I think Alonso's got a P3 locked down. Russell's overtaken Sainz not too long ago.
Yeah, that wasn't too long ago. Hamilton basically said at one point they were, I think, sixth and seventh, weren't they, or something? Russell and Hamilton. And on the radio, it was like, you know, George is going to try and overtake you. He was like, he can try, and then it was like, he did. Yeah.
You can try.
Hamilton
And
was
he
on-
did try.
Hamilton was on old tyres
And
saying he
yeah.
should try.
He was
Yeah.
just like, you know, you can let him, but you know, as if he's going to kind of hold on to it. And it was like, yeah, he's done.
He didn't.
He didn't. It's
Humble
done.
off for Hamilton.
Yeah, a little bit of a humbler there. Bangle is laughing actually at Hamilton. Was lost but now found. Says food is love. Yeah, we're big foodies. We were talking about what we've eaten
is
this
love.
weekend. We've eaten a lot of food.
I might have another cocktail.
For it, mate.
Go on,
for it.
fill your boots.
Do you know what? They're here to
You
be
like
drunk,
those
aren't
ones, don't you?
they? Yeah, I do.
They're
They're
not
just
nice.
they're essentially just sugar, really.
They're
Yeah.
not. They remind me of like cowpole, but without the sweetness.
To make
Do you know what
sure
we should do? We should do like, you know, when you go to a glitter party.
Oh yeah.
I think you should do that.
How's it
Have
look?
a nice time.
Do I look
They
great?
look exactly how anyone in Miami would look.
Yeah.
Typically, they will wear
Yeah.
glitter on their
That's that
face.
fake
Yeah.
marina, as we say.
Well, you'll be wearing the mermaid costume in a minute.
True. Jovan says this Mercedes is so fake so far.
Oh no, I got it.
Tabs says lateness is greatness.
Lateness is greatness indeed.
Lateness is greatness. I mean, he was on time and then he had to change some tyres.
Yeah.
Finish this one, yeah.
Laughing Monkey says, what is your guys' favourite livery?
What, this season or ever?
I imagine.
Ever?
I imagine for this
Ever?
race, right?
Vodafone McLaren.
Oh, the
classic.
aluminum, the chrome, sorry,
Yeah.
not aluminum.
I love that chrome car. I love it.
I really don't feel comfortable with this.
Yeah.
It's horrible, mate.
All over your face. We all thought it was an error at the time.
Yeah.
Mention it.
So I did. I panicked.
Okay, that was all
Gone?
your favourite liveries.
It will never be
Bangle.
gone.
Most of it.
It will never be gone.
Yeah.
Bangle says, I am a Red Bull fan. Me too. Mansour with a super chat says, who is excited for the upgrade pack for Mercedes? I think Matisse
Yeah.
is.
I
Me.
am not excited. I need.
Next race.
I'm
Similar,
desperate.
isn't it?
Yeah, next race.
I'm
to do
desperate. Really desperate. I can't be watching Hamilton in a midfield fight behind Magnussen currently, and just above. Is it Ocon? Like, come on, man. This is not where.
Do you want a bit, Abby?
I don't like
you
that
don't
one.
like
Thank
the
world
you.
do you?
champion should be.
Do you want a bit of that?
I'm going to leave that because I just have a feeling that is going to be so sweet.
It is,
It
it's
is, yeah,
vile.
yeah.
That is really
Yeah.
vile, that one. So those packs are coming into effect in Imola, right?
Yeah, next race.
Oh. Imagine if we just saw Mercedes be completely different. What are coming in these upgrades?
Well, it's rumoured like to be completely, not a whole new concept, but going to look very similar to Red Bull's.
Shock.
Both side pots.
Wow.
Like,
Copy your homework, why
yeah,
don't
yeah.
you?
That's a very like humbling.
yeah, but
change
then I
for
think
Mercedes.
everyone in Mercedes would rather just have a quick car than languishing in
Yeah.
10th where Hamilton.
So we're going to
probably-
see the death of the side pod?
Well, there'll be, yeah, it's just different kind of stuff. So that weird no side pod they've currently got might look a bit different come Imola.
Okay.
Right, Lance Stroll's coming to the pit then.
Russell on the radio, just give us some tyre feedback. They're all right.
Is that
Been
the worst
worse.
feedback ever?
What
Been
kind
better,
of pit
been
stop
worse?
is this going to
Pit stop, call it 3.1.
be? 3.2.
Slow, 3-9.
Oh, we were very
dead.
close.
I kept going
3.
See, I was good that time.
But you did
Like,
say it before it finished.
I just called it early.
You knew when they
You
were
were
going to
confident. That's what you saw into the future.
I saw
I
into
like
the
that.
future. No, I was saying before that I have been trying to count the seconds and that hasn't been working for me.
That is not the way.
No, it's
You
not.
have
So
to-
now-
you have to feel it.
I felt it. I was one, like literally, like not even a
that Stroll's
second off.
first bit, wasn't it?
3.1. God.
Verstappen's run hard tyres on this track for 44
Oh,
laps.
that's mad.
I think you
Why
could do
not
anything in
soft?
that car.
Right.
Well, why
I
not?
think you should go all the way to the end.
Yeah, why not? I mean, to be
Don't
honest,
even use 2 different tyres. Just go. Just go all the way
He's
to the
got
end.
so much of a gap.
You don't need to use.
matter.
You don't need to use 2 different compounds. Just go to the end.
Give Verstappen signs his 5-second penalty, and he'd still
still
win.
He's doing. I mean, he's good. Look, he's going to have to pit at some point. There he is, Roger Federer.
That's not Roger
That did
Federer.
look nothing like
That's
him.
not
That's
Roger
not
Federer.
actor.
I know that for a
in
fact.
Westworld.
I'm pretty
Why,
sure.
why would Roger Federer just randomly stand on the
And
side
also,
of the track
that
like
I
that?
don't think
It
that was
wasn't
Roger
him,
Federer.
yeah.
It definitely was not Roger Federer.
That was just a normal steward.
Yeah, it's the guy from Westworld, or the
Yeah.
guy.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Not Federer. Look nothing like him.
Yeah, I don't think that's Roger Federer. But he'll be buzzing if they've said he is.
This is like
More famous than he actually is. I
when they
reckon.
do the pit walk and they just meet all these celebrities and just don't even know who half of them are.
Like, hey guys, how are you?
Yeah.
Hiya, big fan.
It's Beyonce.
In Brundle.
That's-
James Marsden, that was it.
James Marsden. Very
It said
good.
on screen.
Oh, did he?
Correction,
Wow.
it's not
Yeah.
Roger Federer.
Yeah, definitely not Roger
It's
Federer.
not.
It's also a weird place. Why is he stood down there?
Yeah, on his own.
Loving life.
OP Clip says, what is happening to Mercedes?
Well, Russell's doing okay.
Okay is not good enough.
It's not really where you want to be
This is
for
not
Mercedes, is
good
it?
enough.
Yeah, it's strange
I
how
need
your
a-
expectations change, isn't it? Though?
It's mad.
Yeah.
If you're Gasly now, should the Alpine engineers are telling them, like, put your foot down, try and get 4 seconds on Sainz, so when he gets his time penalty.
Yeah,
you go up a
completely.
spot. Good
Yeah.
race from Gasly though. P6.
Fastest
Are they on
lap.
for a double? Yeah, they are on for a double
Yeah,
pointer.
I'll sneaking in there.
Fastest lap's just been set by Perez. We're still waiting
But
for
is that,
the
is
Verstappen
that 18 or
pit.
16? I can't see.
That's
I think
8.
that's
Is it 16?
I think that's 18.
If that's 18, then he's lost another second since we last spoke about it.
This is mad. How's he
He's
doing
given up,
this? His
isn't he?
tyres are...
I think it's 18.
Either he's losing it or Verstappen is pulling away
How
on
is he doing
these.
that? Like 45 laps. Everyone else has failed, I think.
And he was fighting for the first 15 laps,
Yeah.
so he wasn't cruising, he
That's
wasn't
insane.
controlling those tyres.
He's probably annoyed that he actually does have to come in and pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's loving them tyres.
Yeah.
That's why they do it though, isn't it? To keep so that
Keep it
people have
interesting.
to.
Have the hard bit
Yeah,
all the time,
you just
yeah.
play the play the
Bangle
long.
forever. He says, I'm always Red Bull. Monsoor, he says, I like the McLaren 2008 livery. John Donut.
That's the one you like, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's your
Macron.
favourites?
I like, which is what this jumper's based on, the McLaren Monaco ones the last few years. They're not doing this
Orange.
year, but it's like this colour with like an orange strip down it.
Okay.
It's very nice.
Okay.
Gunter, the man, the myth, the
Good
legend.
race with Gunter so far. Magnussen P8.
Yeah.
Chilled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we
Okay,
have
here
it.
we go.
Right.
Right.
This is going to be big. If this is a slow stop,
He'll go
it's Perez's
mad.
race.
Take
If
it-
this is a
take-
quick stop, it's
take your
Verstappen's
time.
race. It could be a lot.
Take your time,
Okay.
Wade. Take
Got
your
my
time.
balls
Take
out.
Be
your
interesting to see
time.
what's.
All right,
times
let's
they
shout.
put
Come
as
on,
well.
call it. Oh,
Not quick,
2.6.
2.8.
2.6.
Oh, oh, miles off.
Wasn't
Really
quite a
slow stop.
Right, so this is the interesting bit.
'Cause he's lost a second
Is he
in
going to come out
theory.
ahead of Perez?
Oh, it's going to be tight.
Perez is coming down the pit lane straight.
Perez
Oh,
is going to be ahead.
Perez,
Perez is ahead.
Yes.
Oh, this is
Oh,
bad.
that's tight.
But it's not going to be for long.
Yeah.
Verstappen's on fresh tyres.
Perez
See, this
now
is
got hold on to
finally
11
we're going to
laps.
see these two guys fight. Finally, like I feel like we've been waiting 5 races to see them have a
How many
go.
laps has Perez done on them tyres?
They're
Quite a
old.
lot.
They're old.
They're old tyres.
Yeah, I think it was like
He
mid-20s.
ain't keeping that place.
No, he's not keeping it for 11 laps. No. Pitted on lap
If
20.
there were like
so-
5 laps to go, then maybe. But on 11 laps, no chance. He's
But
a sitting duck.
If, like you said, at this point they're not really bothered about giving the place back type of thing, then why not just leave Verstappen behind?
No,
If they're going to make it fair.
They're going to let him fight.
They'll let. Yeah, they've got to.
Yeah.
They have to let them
Because
fight.
what will happen is Verstappen will get slowed down by Perez. Perez will be blocking him basically.
I'm this guy.
It's a lot of
So
Mexican fans, I suppose.
I really like this livery, by the way.
Yeah, it's probably one of
It's
their
really up
closer
there.
races.
Yeah.
It's really up there for me.
Assuming they're from Mexico.
yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean he's basically already within DRS.
Yeah, because-
Perez, mate, you're
Come on, put your
toast.
foot
he
down.
doesn't have a choice. Like,
You're
he literally
toast,
doesn't
mate.
have a chance.
Yeah, he's got it. Yeah, DRS
Yeah, he's
is
in the
open,
DRS.
He's got absolutely no chance on them.
It'll be in the next lap.
Yeah,
It's a shame
20
that they're not both on fresh tyres because it would be.
25 laps versus 0 laps.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a chat that's come.
And it's a medium to a hard.
It's not a chat that's come through directly. But my boyfriend said, "I hope they drive each other off the track and Alonso wins."
That's the spirit.
That's the spirit.
That's what I like to hear.
He's very anti-Red Bull.
Yes, same.
Very anti-Red Bull.
I mean, can you imagine the drama if
That did happen.
Perez, fought him too
But he's
much
just
on
not-
the
he's
old
just not
tyre
gonna
and they
do that.
crashed
That's
out?
what we have the
That's what
teammate
between-
Perez is.
Was it Ricardo and Alonso? Sorry, Ricardo and Verstappen.
Yeah, in Baku.
And
Yes,
Baku, a couple of
in
years
Baku.
ago.
2018.
This exact situation.
Yeah, but Perez is going to fight. Come on.
He won't.
I think he will, but he just doesn't have.
He won't fight to the level.
I don't know how much he
of
can
causing
fight
it.
down the back straight when Verstappen's going 15 miles an hour
the thing
quicker.
Is,
10 laps to go.
Verstappen could just be patient and wait for the back straight and just get.
Well,
it.
this is it. He's got it.
All right,
he's
he's
gonna.
got it.
Ooh.
It's nothing like what it was with Hamilton and Rosberg. I'm sorry.
We're only five races in, mate.
I'm used to serious fighting. Not
I think
this.
the difference was those two absolutely hated each
Yeah,
other.
but that was great.
I wonder
even
what-
as a Hamilton fan, I loved it. That was my favourite season.
I wonder
got
what
it,
these
mate.
guys'
Surely
relationships
got it.
is going to be by the end of the season. If they're as tight as this every race,
Nah, it'd be fine.
you see him
Surely
closing,
got
closing,
it.
It'll be
closing, closing,
fine.
Well, you
closing.
say that, but...
Checo will be lovely.
Yeah,
No.
he's going to get him here. We're seeing it
Bang,
happen.
one.
Oh,
Checo,
Perez with a late move
no.
there.
Perez
kept
holds it.
Good boy,
He does
come
hold
on.
it, but I mean,
Wait,
he's
you
not
want
going to hold
Checo
it for
to
long.
I don't
but-
care. I want to see them race.
If they crash out, you're
I'm
finished.
happy with who. I'm
If they both
happy.
crash, you're finished.
I know, but I'm happy with whoever wins.
Yeah,
For
here
me,
we go.
I
Here we
can't
go.
really
That's
lose.
it.
There
Bye
we
bye.
go.
All right.
No chance.
Oh.
You
Yeah,
tried it.
Verstappen's got him.
We're
Perez
so
did-
starved of actual competing.
We got a bit
Did
there.
anyone
between two
back
drivers.
Verstappen to win?
No, I had
one
him
did.
P3.
None of
I
us.
had him P3.
I thought podium, but not.
I feel very idiotic.
That'll teach us.
With more hope than
Doubt him.
expectation.
I mean, it's one of these again where anybody that doubts Max Verstappen,
He'll shut
he
you up.
started ninth and overtaken now his teammate
surely
in the
he's-
same
He's also
car.
getting the overtake award for the day. That double overtake was lovely.
Oh, yeah,
100%.
That's-
And driver of the day,
Yeah,
100%.
driver of the day.
And probably
Assuming he
gonna-
doesn't bin it in the wall,
Probably
but
going
he
to get
won't.
fastest lap as well.
Yeah, he'll probably get
Stroll's
fastest
currently
lap.
got it.
Meanwhile, it's still quite close between these two.
Is Stroll still down there? I thought he would have got himself into contention for 10th by now.
No, he hasn't gone
Not
up.
been his race at all.
How long is Father Stroll going to part with this?
Father Stroll.
Yeah.
They are racing.
Yeah, Perez gave it a go. He's like you said, his tyres are gone.
Yeah.
That was tight. That was really tight.
I think Perez must have known deep down when he came out and Max was 3 seconds behind.
Yeah.
He probably
What,
just
what can I
knows.
do,
Time,
really?
Not much.
You'd expect to see it the other way, you know. You expect the same thing to happen the other way. That if Max was on the old tyres and Perez came out on the new, you would expect Perez to go and do what Max has just done to him, right?
Yeah.
Surely.
Oh yeah, you would.
Yeah,
But
you
with,
would
with
think.
Max, it's a guarantee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was
Well,
never any doubt, was there?
No.
No, but even so, I mean, to finish P2, it's great. I mean, it's great in terms of the drivers.
It's great for the
It's
team.
another one. Is it 4
great
out
for
of
the
5
team.
races?
And
1,
great for
2
the
for Red Bull.
constructors, Yeah, it's
It's
brilliant.
It's not great for Perez in the drivers, but
No, but it's good for the constructors.
yeah.
It's good for the constructors.
Do you care about constructors?
No, I care more about the drivers. But and
Over the weekend,
I would have
no.
liked Perez to win this race so I could see
Title fight.
it be, as a title fight. But
I agree. I'd have loved that.
I would have really liked it. But at the same time, I love Max as well. So it's like I like both drivers. So either way, I don't really care who
Yeah.
wins. It's just for the competitive side of it. I would have liked
Oh, that's a move.
both.
Stroll on Albon? Oh, he didn't
That's
quite
not
get it
sticking,
done.
is it? No.
No.
He had a good look though, didn't
He
he?
did.
Hamilton in 8th still, by the way.
But again,
Russell 4th.
oh no, he has stopped now, Hamilton, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
of
think
course he has. He's on
everyone's
mediums.
stopped
Yeah.
Charles Leclerc's done well to get himself up to 7th.
That's where he
He
started.
started.
Well, he dropped the whole way back down.
Where did he drop to?
He was
Only
about,
'cause- I think it was
he
only
was
'cause of
14th.
pits, wasn't it?
He was 14th for ages.
I'm really disappointed with both the Ferraris today. I mean, I know there's still 8 laps to go or whatever, but I really thought Charles would have had more of the bit between his teeth after sort of
Trying to
such a
think.
horror show yesterday.
Who's more disappointed in their teams, me or you?
Well, your disappointment is the car. Mine is the strategy and the drivers, to be completely honest.
Lock up, big lock up.
I suppose
there.
Hamilton had a horror show yesterday, didn't he? On a personal level.
I was
But
really disappointed with that. Massive lock up.
Yep, 7 laps to go. 7 laps to go. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Harry says, me and Matisse are feeling the exact same thing with the Merc upgrade pack. John says, come on, team AMR. Buffalo says, we need Hamilton up front with the leaders.
Yeah.
Harry agreed with that. He said, I agree with you, Buffalo. Pangle says, Verstappen pit stop will be a 2-1. Sorry, I'm just catching up on these. What was it? 3-1. 3-1. Richard says, come on,
predicted a 3-1.
Perez.
Oh, he predicted a 2-1.
He predicted a 2-1.
Oh, I see.
Will says, Perez, when it's not a street circuit, no chance.
Which position?
I mean, I
was
think it's a
last?
bit
Where he
unfair,
was
that.
turn 1.
Gasly.
Was Alonso watching on the screen of
I
like
need Gasly to
Stroll
keep
overtake?
Leclerc.
He must be thinking there's an opportunity at turn 1 for overtaking. He can't be
No, but I
right.
think he is what they sometimes
can't
watch,
be.
Yeah. I think he just on the...
How many seconds is
No,
happening
There's
behind
a
he's
bit
doing
there.
that for effect, isn't he?
2.4.
How
Got
does
to
he
be.
know he's overtaking
2.4.
someone?
That's
Yeah.
mental.
2.3 now. Bangle says Alonso is doing an awesome job for Aston, and my favourite driver of all time is Jenson Button.
I always forget that Jenson Button won a championship. in
Yeah, it's crazy,
2009.
isn't it? Yeah. He's one of the ones that people forget all the time.
Yeah.
Because he just doesn't like carry himself like he's won a world championship.
No.
Great name, though.
I really like him.
Yeah, he's
I
quite.
I do really like
He's
him.
really like
Is Max-
Perez
Is
asking
Max
if Max is
struggling?
struggling. No, mate.
Just managing
No.
in Sector 1.
no. You're just
Wishful thinking, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird thing to ask, isn't it? Is Max struggling?
He hopes he is, but he's not.
Nah.
If you're,
This is looking to be a podium that we've seen quite a lot this
Yeah,
season.
most common
Yeah.
podium so far.
Yeah.
Those 3 guys up there.
3 out of 5 races now.
Why did I put Sainz on the podium?
mad.
Like, why? I've
Dunno.
been literally saying that Sainz is under the microscope the whole season, and then for some random reason I just gave him a podium just to
Just
say-
for a laugh, mate,
Just
yeah.
for a bants, just like
Yeah.
let's just see if he can actually do it, and he just didn't.
I think you felt guilty.
Nah.
Oh, we could go deep there.
Go on, Yuki.
Yuki Tsunoda with
Oh,
the
he's done
little
very well
DRS.
there.
What a drive from Yuki this is. He started so low down the grid. Now
Yeah.
he's-
He
he's-
pushed for a
he's
point
got
by the
6
end.
points to try and catch up Magnussen.
Yep, he's
very
currently
season so far.
P11, taken over from Bottas.
Although he's kept the position there, yeah.
Just a
So
really
late.
bad day in general, weekend actually for the McLarens once
Yeah,
again.
they've just been nowhere. Well, they both had issues at the start. Have they done one stop? Is that just the half?
Did they stop straight away? Yeah.
Yeah.
This will be our first flagless race if it stays like this.
If it stays like
We've
this.
got good odds on that.
I need a good bunch
Yeah.
up now. Let's do it.
On here, around here, you're right.
To be fair, even if it did bunch up, Verstappen's still got great tyres too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one's pinching from Verstappen.
No.
Well, unless they redded it, and then everyone would come in and be on
Yeah.
the softs for
But
you
even
know.
then he's first, so
Even
even
then.
Yeah,
swap.
correct.
Yeah.
But then that would be, and they've got a 1-2, so you know,
Yeah.
they'll defend it anyway. But that's the only way of
This is a
changing
good
those
little
top
battle,
2,
isn't it,
really.
for
Stroll.
P12.
Poor race from Stroll.
Yeah, he's just been nowhere really.
Ready
hasn't
start 18. We've gone up 5, but it's just
he? I
doesn't.
think the Saturday yesterday put him in on the back foot, didn't it?
Yeah.
It has
I
done.
just can't believe how good the Red Bulls are.
It's just crazy that
We say this every week.
his teammates
I
on
know,
podium.
I'm still
and
shocked
he's
by it, though.
Out of the top 10, like that's nuts. His teammates literally going to be on the podium.
Yeah, it's mad.
he's
Mad.
not even
Mad.
gonna get a
Bottas is
point.
dropping down a bit, and he's starting a bit of loose.
Great move by Stroll there.
Ooh, get your elbows out.
Oh no, that's not Stroll.
That is
Oh, it's Stroll and
Stroll.
Bottas. Yeah.
Okay, he's up to 12. He can get himself in the points a little bit.
Alonso's their own little race, isn't he? Like
Yeah.
Alonso's just chilling.
too far ahead of them.
Alonso
Just got to
has
keep things
been-
comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Since he got overtaken by Verstappen, he's just been absolutely chilled in that place.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
it's like
like-
podium.
Maybe this was what it was. Maybe this was plan A.
Yeah.
Minus 12.
Anybody not voting for Verstappen driver of the day?
Surely you've got to
Yeah,
give it to him.
No,
I think
you
that's
have
fair.
to vote for
I'll give a shout out
Verstappen.
to Yuki. I mean, I don't think he should win driver of the day, but to go from where he started to, if he gets in the points, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I still Verstappen driver of the day, but Yuki's done well.
Special shout out to Yuki.
Fastest
I mean,
lap is that
it's
from
just-
Verstappen now? Yeah.
Yeah,
Ninth-
yeah.
ninth
That'd
to
be
He's going to take
first.
the extra point as well,
And a
isn't he?
comfy first.
maximum
love him.
26 points he'll get, won't he?
Yeah.
Had enough.
We're
Was he ahead? Was he
starting
six?
5 in. We are fine.
He was
Watching them on
6 or
Prix.
7 ahead. Yeah.
I'll watch. I'll watch. Perez says, can Lewis overtake Leclerc? It's possible.
It'd be interesting if he gets within DRS. Then quite possibly he's on the precipice of it, isn't he?
I've been hoping Gasly will back Leclerc into Hamilton, so that will happen.
Ooh,
Well, this
but
is Leclerc.
Leclerc might take Gasly,
I
yeah.
need Gasly to just.
Well, he is
hold
in the
this.
DRS of him, so
Gasly's backed off a bit, isn't he?
I need Gasly to just hold this position, but he's not. doing it.
Leclerc can't finish in the same position that he started this race
And
in.
he's
Here we
gonna-
go. He's going to
he
get
will,
him
he
here.
He's going to get him.
Not
Oh,
quite. Not
no.
quite.
Well
To be
done.
fair,
Oh, Gasly's
he's
locked
locked
up.
up.
We'll take him now.
Oh,
That's it,
you're
done.
giving it to him.
Yeah.
Locked up.
Well done,
Hamilton,
Leclerc.
let's go.
You
Take
needed-
Gasly
you-
out.
you
Let's
needed
go.
something
Come on,
there, mate.
quick.
Okay, we've got an interesting
need this
finish
done.
here for that mid table.
Move forward. Come on.
to be fair to Sainz, that 5-second
Yeah.
penalty isn't going to do anything to him currently, is it?
No, it won't do
He's got a
anything.
big enough gap.
And
He
there's
shouldn't
no way
be doing it,
Leclerc
but-
will close 10 seconds
No, yeah.
in a
I mean,
few
if
laps.
you get penalty points for speed in the pit lane, you might, but I don't think you do.
Harsh if that does happen, though.
He'll cry again.
I don't blame him.
I can't believe it. Guys, this is so unfair.
It was unfair. I'm sorry, that was unfair.
It was, I completely
Yes.
agree.
Come on, Hamilton.
Hamilton looking at the double there.
Ooh.
We had a little look at the double there.
He could never do what Max did.
He did on Alonso and
How many world championships does
Leclerc
Hamilton
and
have? How many?
Silverstone, wasn't it?
Listen, we're talking about the here and now. Was it 8, 9?
Loads.
Oh, his back end just went out there, didn't it? Back end of Leclerc, I'm sure, just went out there.
Oh, we might get in there.
Nice move. Let's see what else you guys think. Buffalo says Alonso doing great, shows how good a driver he is, or that Aston has got a great engine on board. Mal says Tsunoda loves that P11 like Alonso loves P3. Tasso says who has the fastest pit stop?
I think he is.
Of the season, it's a Ferrari. Hamilton's going to. Oh, he's really looking. I think Ferrari had the quickest pit stop of the season at 2.1.
Someone did a 2-2 today. Was that Ferrari?
That was Ferrari.
Hammer
Early
time.
on. Hammer time.
This would be some good racing between Leclerc and Hamilton here.
Harley MCFC says low-key Lewis is so
Who's the
wash.
car ahead of Fernando on track? We're that close to Perez.
Who's the car ahead of Fernando
It's
on
Sargent.
track?
Back
Yes,
marker.
It's a
There
back
you go,
marker.
there you
Yeah.
go.
Oh, it's
Back marker.
Sargent.
Yeah, back markers.
Logan Sargent's just been having a lovely little race at
Do
the
you know that
back.
time when Hamilton's behind Perez and he's like, oh, it's blue flags, you should overtake. And Perez is like, no, his engineer was like, no, Perez is leading the race. There was a time where like, it's blue flags.
Oh, Hamilton Leclerc!
Take him inside.
And he has.
Hold. Yes. Yes.
How long for?
That's what I like to see. Hold the position.
Okay,
Washed, yeah?
Hamilton.
He ain't washed.
Drink more than Greece.
That's hammer time.
Drink more than
Hammer time all the time. Come on.
I will.
Okay, let's
Drink every
see.
time Leclerc loses a place.
That's harsh. It was a good overtake.
Can we talk to Sainz or it's too late?
Well, he's now in a little
Well, he's got a
Ferrari.
5-second penalty, but you won't cut 10 seconds off that time. So
in 2 laps.
That's as much as we can get done.
Have
today.
another little look at that, shall we?
Beautiful.
that is embarrassing.
I like
for
the way
Leclerc,
we
man.
split these Ferraris.
Ooh, it was
I like that.
close that.
Leclerc should walk away from this race with his head
With his
hung
hung-
low.
Hung head low.
With
With his head.
okay. That might be always what
Leclerc
goes.
should.
High heads
With his tongue out. There is Max.
Fantastic.
Max just, running riot. Perez, I think it's 3 seconds off him, so it's not massive, but
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say at this point it's going to be a Verstappen P1.
So-
he's set the fast lap.
Because Stroll is underperforming so badly.
He's not doing that bad.
I'd say this week.
That's harsh.
No, just in general. Like in terms of like in this race, he's not even in the points, is he?
But I think that was qualifying yesterday.
Yeah. So as a weekend as a whole, he's underperformed.
Tough weekend, yeah.
It's going to make this battle for the second in the constructors really interesting because
I see what you're saying.
Alonso keeps
Yeah,
finishing
yeah.
in podiums, but it doesn't matter to the degree of what it
For
should
that
because of Stroll.
constructor. But it's like how we said at the top of the season, like Stroll's a good driver, but he's not. I don't think he's at the level of the other
Course.
top 7 drivers in those top 4 teams.
But does that mean that Aston Martin could potentially they could come off worse? Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
I'm sure they're. Because
and
imagine you
that's got
put.
to be a
I don't know
concern.
who's sort of the next best driver maybe out of those. Someone like a Gasly or an Ocon or
Lando.
yeah, Lando's
I
a
love
very
Lando.
good shout. Yeah, someone like that in the Aston Martin, they're up and about the podiums, like probably like Alonso is. So it is interesting. Aston Martin nepotism to the detriment of the team.
Because I don't know. I think as the season goes on, they could pay the price for that. I think they could end up not finishing second in the.
It's that tyres and a
constructors.
headband.
got tyres.
Did you see that? That was great.
Okay, we are just a few laps out now. There's a 4-second gap now with Perez. Harley says Lewis is too far from Sainz to gain anything. Hamlini says, Matisse, who's your favourite F1 driver?
Hamilton.
Hamilton of all time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say Verstappen, mate. I thought you quite liked him.
Almost.
Okay. Apex Attacker says that the W14 has poor 1-lap pace but crazy race pace.
Yeah,
Anyone agree?
fair point. Yeah.
Comment?
Adit says, is this track overhyped? I think it is.
was anyone hyping it to begin with?
It's just hyping Miami, really.
Yeah, I
Just
think it's more the event than the
beach
track
vibes.
itself. Like,
I'm looking forward to getting into kind of like those
European
European
races.
races. I'm obviously, you know, a little bit maybe biased and
I
you
need
know,
Spa
old, you know.
After what happened last year with Spa, I need that.
Yeah, just those circuits that are so proven, and the guys know them better as well. It's only been they built it like, I don't know, 20 months ago or something. Like, it didn't exist before then, and so even coming down to like the tarmac and stuff, it's just not the same to how they used to driving. I'm looking forward to some like regular racing. We know what to expect.
Know where the turns are.
Yeah, just
everything.
I'm looking forward to getting, and we got a triple header coming up soon, haven't we? Like,
Yes.
I think so.
We've
we got two
Imola.
this season. I can't remember when they
Yeah.
are, but like 3 weekends back to back on the European circuit. And I'm like, yes,
I
let's
think
go.
it's the
Let's do
June
it.
ones. I think it's
Is
the
it
June
June?
ones.
Yeah, there you go.
I
Yeah.
think it's the June ones. Lewis Hamilton is on mediums, Bangle says. VJ says, who's got the fastest
Oh, that's a
lap?
good point, yeah.
It is currently with
He's on the
Verstappen
fastest
for the
Yeah.
fastest lap.
Yeah.
Apex says, as long as Papa Stroll owns the team, Lance is not going anywhere. You know that.
Probably right.
Bangle says Norris has to move away from McLaren to Red Bull or Ferrari. Bangle
he
also
is.
says Silverstone, my
And
favourite
Verstappen
track.
won.
Check
And
the
there
flag.
he is, the checkered flag. Max wins the Miami Grand
No
Prix.
climbing, get him down.
At least there's no one pitting today in the lane.
I think, I've got to be honest, I'm very disappointed with Sergio Perez.
Are you?
I am. Yeah, same.
On pole,
Yeah.
8 cars between him and Max.
Yeah. And he's still coming in second.
No flag to blame.
Yeah.
No incident to blame. No slow pit stop to blame. Essentially, have we got our answer there of who's the quicker driver in that car?
Well, we already
we knew.
knew, but in
But there
terms
are
of
people saying, oh, you know, Sergio around the street circuit. They
No.
call this a street circuit. It's a
Yeah.
car park circuit.
just in terms of the drivers' championship, I think that's your answer as to
Yeah.
what is
I
going to
agree.
happen this season.
But there has to be an answer as to why that gap closed so much. Like, what happened there? What happened? Because we didn't see him for ages. And then all of a sudden, Max is there, and that's that.
It felt like a big moment for Sergio today to go and take first place in the Drivers' Championship, and it's just ultimately not good enough, I think.
the qualifying just like kind of handed it to him on the plate.
But you take, but a driver like Max, or even maybe, I don't know, a driver like Lewis would go and they'd take that opportunity.
Take advantage of it.
They'd
yeah.
win
Yeah.
with that. And Sergio, that hasn't happened for him today.
Yeah, I agree. That was actually going to be my next question to you. That if you thought about Max being P1 today, do you think it ever would have slipped? Like,
No one, we wouldn't
none.
have even been considering anybody else for
Yeah.
a win.
We would not have even seen him on the TV.
Yeah, it's a brilliant drive from Verstappen to come from 9th. It's not the first time he's done that this season. He was further back on the grid. What was that?
15th in Saudi.
Saudi.
I think he got P2 though then.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was P2, but that was...
And was disappointed with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, today he's gone from P9 to pole, so it's a pretty good race. Sergio Perez will be extremely disappointed with that. But again, we need to actually have a quick check and see the grid and see where Hamilton ended up and
Sick.
Sainz ended up.
Yeah, he split the two
Think-
Ferraris.
Yeah,
because
Sainz-
the,
I think it would've ended that way.
yeah, the penalty won't affect it.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sainz 4th. Hamilton 5th maybe?
Signs.
Science
Fourth.
Sainz 5th.
Science
Fifth.
5th. because
Alonso
Russell
third.
4th. Russell's
Oh,
in
yeah, sorry, I
4th.
forgot about
Russell's in 4th. Alonso in,
Ah, yeah, so
in
yeah.
third.
Well, you'd have to be happy with George Russell today, no?
That's a good day.
Yeah, solid.
No?
Doesn't
Okay.
really get much better than that, to be honest.
Well, there's 3 places better than that.
Not realistic. Not realistic. We don't do that around here anymore. We used to. We don't do that
Mate,
anymore.
you're talking to a Ferrari fan. I get you.
We don't do that anymore.
Driver
All
of
of
the day
that.
for Max.
Yeah, he was always going to get it.
27% of the vote.
That was
I
quite
tell you what,
low.
there's a lot of
That's quite
fantasy
low.
points coming in there.
That is.
Yeah, there
A
we
lot
go.
of fantasy
Think of it-
points.
Think of it
Yeah.
from that aspect.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, think of it from
That's
that.
pretty
Lewis
great.
Hamilton is
Go on.
doing so well, Harry says, from 13th to 6th. You love to see it. Perez says, I wish Sainz crashed so Hamilton would get 5th.
I was speaking in the
Jesus
comments.
Christ.
Really big Hamilton fan. Can't do that person.
Savage. Absolutely savage behaviour there. As we see the 2 Red Bulls get out the car.
Perez there. Max with his special helmet.
He'll be disappointed with that, Perez.
Yeah.
He can't come out and say, oh, it was a good race, you know, I'm happy with second. He can't come out and say that.
No. But that's nice. Seeing them both congratulate each other. Here he comes.
So disappointed in Checo.
Oi.
Love
Pointing
that.
at the number 1.
Yeah.
Pointing at the number 1 because he knows he is
I think it's bad
absolutely
to
the
say that
best.
from Perez. Like, it was also as good from Verstappen. Like, he blitzed through the field, he kept the hards on for ages,
Yeah.
and he still made them last somehow.
Yeah. And it's another brilliant win in terms of a Red Bull perspective. Absolutely dominating. What is it now? 5 races? 5
Yeah,
wins?
5 wins.
Five races, 5 wins,
3
and
and
4
2.
1-2s.
He gives me
Yeah.
those Vettel vibes of just dominance.
Yeah. And we did it last year, didn't it again? Didn't we?
Yeah.
So-
You know, this is going to be probably most likely his 3rd title in a row. I can see him doing 4 and 5. I really can. Like, unless Red Bull drop off and don't deliver a car that is quick.
Well, they don't need to really change much.
Yeah,
They know the formula now.
It's really difficult to see who's ever gonna take this dominance kind of away from
Yeah,
him.
but again, really good from Alonso and the Aston Martins, keeping up there with the pace of it all. I think he's definitely going to be disappointed when he talks afterwards in the interviews.
He should be.
Sergio,
He should be self-critical. Has to be.
absolutely has to be. Let's see if we can get the full grid for you, just so we can see where everybody did finish.
Yeah, how come they've just panned to these two and they've just forgot about everybody else?
Yeah,
Literally,
well,
it's so weird. Like,
Okay.
there's so many other cars crossing the line. They're just like, nope, we're done.
Yeah, we're
here
just
now.
talking about Red Bulls now. Okay, well, I do have it for you, don't worry. So from the back, we have Sargent, Piastri, De Vries, Norris, Zhou, Hulkenberg, Albon, Bottas, Stroll in 12th. Sonoda, 11th, so he gets that record.
Sonoda.
He gets the record, though. He gets that
11th.
record of the most 11th.
Every time.
Then points, we have Kevin Magnussen in 10th.
Nice.
Nice.
Good point for Haas.
Very
Great
good.
point for Haas.
Yeah. Ocon and Gasly make up 8th and 9th.
Double pointer, less than they would have hoped for, I think.
Yeah. Leclerc, 7th, a non-mover. Hamilton in 6th. Sainz in 5th. Russell 4th. Alonso 3rd. Perez 2nd. And Verstappen.
Matisse, man, if I'd have said to you,
Yeah,
you're going to
no.
get a 4-6.
Yeah, I would
Today,
have taken
you'd
that.
have bitten my hand
Yeah,
off.
so
That's
that's
a drive, actually, on comparison. That's a drive from Hamilton, that,
Yeah,
to be fair.
yeah.
To pull
felt
that
back.
poor car from
Because when I said
13th to
top
6th,
7, it was like, don't really believe it.
we
but
were rinsing him at the start of the race,
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
he needs
yeah,
to
yeah.
fight. He's for actually 6th place, man.
Yeah, sixth
That's
is-
fair.
sixth is really good.
That's fair.
No, sixth and 4th is really good considering where the expectations were from my side coming into the race. I think Russell keeps showing that he's very consistent in this Mercedes, even though it's not at the peak of his powers. He just keeps putting in these solid performances.
I do say this too often.
You do? You do? Do you want to take him at Red Bull? Give us Max.
No, no chance.
Swapping it.
No, thank you.
Make it a bit
Absolutely
more
not.
interesting.
No,
I want to see
definitely
Max
not.
and Lewis as teammates.
Oh,
That'd
could
be
you
fun.
imagine?
I would love it.
Jesus,
I would love
man.
it. I would
I
absolutely
would
love
I
to
could
see
not
it.
even imagine.
Give Hamilton that Red Bull seat instead of Perez and let me see something real
No.
quick.
Yeah, but it'd be really good to watch. You can play along with us in fantasy as well, by the way. The link is in the chat. You can log into the F1 Fantasy League and play along. Just a few more chats from you guys before we wrap. Harry says, thank you for the stream today, everyone. I've absolutely loved watching it and seeing everybody.
Thanks, Harry.
Adiye says, Max is my GOAT. On Track GP replied to Harry saying, big up, Harry.
Big
Guys
up,
in
Harry.
production. John's enjoyed the hosting today. Thank you very much, John. Carsey said, good show. Pity about the race, but smash the likes. Make sure you do smash those likes. Absolutely. Adiye says, big up to Matisse and Abby. Really loved this two today. Well done. Agawapo says, Russell ahead of Hamilton. Hashtag equal machinery. If I speak, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Yep. Harry says, big up on Track GP. Amazing stream as always. Thank you once again. Love seeing everyone commenting on this race. John Donuts, well done. Aston Martin team. Wish Stroll was higher, but happy for another Alonso podium.
Yeah.
Agawapo says, a Liverpool win, Newcastle and United lose. Max wins. It's the perfect weekend for me.
United
And
lost. I forgot about that.
Harry said, Joe, at least Ferrari got double points today.
Yeah.
And Apex Attacker says, just patiently waiting.
Points.
It's true, though.
So did Alpine.
This is what it's
They've
come
been
to
struggling
Ferrari.
as well, so there we go.
Yes, double points for Ferrari.
I appreciate you
Apex.
trying to hype me up.
Apex Attacker says, just patiently waiting for Mercedes upgrades at Imola, which we are all
race.
patiently waiting to. Next race,
2
we are
weeks.
at Imola. Sam is going to be at
be there.
Imola.
I will be there.
I'm going to be in Tenerife. I would
Just you two then.
Yeah, just you two.
Are we in Imola? No?
No, I don't think you're at Imola.
Not in Imola? No.
You are right here, though. We're going to have an Imola themed
London.
set.
Yeah.
For the theme set for that one. But don't forget as well, we have this PS5 up for grabs. So what you need to do, you need to like and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe for On Track GP. Head over to Instagram. Make sure you like the post, follow the page, smash the like button on here as well for us. And that is everything. So we'll be back with your preview later on this week ahead of Imola. It's been a pleasure spending this Miami Grand Prix with you.
I've enjoyed. I'm looking forward to the upgrades. Now the season starts. Everything up to this point has just been a mere illusion. Yeah. Now the season starts.
Do you know what? It's better late than never for Mercedes.
Lateness is greatness.
Waiting for Ferrari to also take and turn up as well. They've had their upgrades, no?
I don't know. I've given up at this point.
Please don't tell me these are your upgrades.
Nah, Imola will be a good race. On Italian soil, Ferrari car, let's go. Come on. Carlos Sainz.
Nice.
Okay. Well, happy birthday to you, Sam.
Thank you.
Joe still repping Carlos Sainz hat. I don't think he's got much belief, but hey ho. That is everything for this week. It is Max Verstappen that, of course, brings it home on P1. Another happy weekend for me. See you later, guys.
Competition time again, and here is a chance to win a brand new PS5. All you got to do is subscribe to On Track GP on YouTube.
Also follow us on Instagram at OnTrackGP.
Make sure you like the competition post. It's pinned on Instagram as well.
You can win yourself this right now. What are you waiting for?
Can I enter? Or can I have a go?
No.